Okay.
He's a really good
So
character.
you guys have a vibe.
Let's do a reset. Everyone, let's reset cameras real quick.
I'm more like Lenny from Mice and Men.
Oh, you're gonna do all your like intro.
We're live right now.
Oh shit.
We don't really have a choice to have a nice little cool intro.
Well, like your.
What's up, nerds?
Right? This is the intro. Let me...
This is a good session one start.
Yeah, right?
It's live. I think I've got to get it out of my head that this is some sort of like...
This isn't a produced thing
Right.
as much as we would love it to be.
And I like a lot of the shows that are live, they do like Evantris. It's just, they just hit live and they just talk and they hang out and there's no pressure. And
Keep it dirty, baby.
I think this
You know what I'm saying?
it dirty, baby.
Keep it dirty. Did Discord announcement go out? I can't remember if I hit enter or not.
Yeah.
I see one.
Okay. So chat, if you could, we're down a command center person. Okay. So we don't have anyone actually watching our chat or our
Yeah, everybody say thanks for nothing, Coco.
Thanks for
Don't say anything. Coco helps us so much. She helps me so much. It sounds like Coco can hear us. Is the volume okay? Can everybody give me a little check? Fuck Donald
Yeah,
Trump
how we
real
sound,
quick.
guys. Check. Fuck Donald Trump. Trump.
Well,
Check.
Sorry, we're done.
Don?
No politics here.
Fuck
We're in
Donald
fantasy
Trump.
land.
Fuck Donald Trump.
I'm just kidding.
We do believe that 100%.
But
Guys. I don't apologize. Whatever.
It is what it is.
You're in the wrong place if you.
No, I was gonna say, isn't silence a privilege? Anyways. Anyways, so moving on.
That's a little bit
It's a tad quiet. Is Don quiet
For
or
some reason, I think it's just my voice.
Is it?
I can
Don or
turn
me?
myself up.
will you angle the mic towards your guzzler a little bit?
Perhaps this helps.
Nice guzzler you got there, bud.
Now Don, do another check. I'm gonna watch the bars.
Check, mic check. I'm the DM.
That's his voice. That's just his voice. It's being picked up. It's triggering everything. It's turned all the way up.
It's my passive ability.
It's better since he moved it. Okay, you might want to really like lick the tip on that.
Get him a little higher.
Shit. What?
Get him a little.
Okay, do it.
Can you take me higher? How does it?
All right, do another check real quick.
Check, mic check. Donald Fleming. Check.
No, you're up again. You gotta angle it down towards your.
How's that?
Yeah, like look up at Daddy when you're talking. Get right on the tip.
Check. How do you sound? How do I sound? Not me.
We're doing it live, everybody. This is an episode 1. This
We'll
is
do it live.
this is
Do it
how it's
live.
gonna be. So Don does sound better now. The other side of the table is a bit quiet. What's the other side of the
Is
table?
this
What,
the other
us?
side or
I
is
would
that
not.
the other side?
Don and Grant sound good.
good?
Well, I've got the mic where podcasters put
yeah.
their mics.
I'll say.
Give me a check.
I think TJ is good.
I'm
probably.
good.
Oh my God, y'all!
I'll be peeking out pretty soon.
Check.
I'm
Check.
peeking. My chat just closed. Don,
Let's go there.
you've got a fan already, Don.
Let's make our escape.
What's up, fam?
I said,
Let's get
go
copy
there.
struck as soon as we start and get our stream taken down.
Yeah,
Only
I
15
sung.
seconds or
Yeah,
whatever.
I only sung the first opening.
Everyone's fine. Okay. Well, hey, everyone. You might notice that I'm over here and Don is over there because I'm not DMing anymore. I decided to pass the mic. I have a lot of plates spinning and pokers in the fire, and this is going to be how we're going to be proceeding. I'm really excited to play. The person who didn't show up is shit-talking me. I'm not going to be able to watch chat. It's going to be so distracting. So, yeah. And then we're going to keep going, and we're going to be going bi-weekly from now. I just finished Bria's Mythical Menagerie. If you're a backer of that project, you got the PDF, the beta PDF in your email this morning. That was what was taking up a lot of my time, and it's done. It's not done, but it's so close to being done. And the heavy part of the work is done. So Don's going to be taking over DM. I'm going to be playing. I'm really excited to play. I had the player itch, so maybe a little bit biased when I decided to not DM anymore because I also wanted to play so badly.
Yeah.
And I've
I
got
prefer
my
DMing, so it works out.
And Don prefers DM. I didn't know you preferred DMing.
Oh yeah, he's our main DM in our normal campaign.
that doesn't always mean you prefer DMing.
Well, that's true.
That's not a
That's
thing.
just a fact.
So yeah, we're getting restarted. This is going to be our episode 1. Redux relaunch 2. It's not 2.0. It's 1.0.2, and
Patch 1.5.
Yeah, follow the patch notes.
we're not relaunching again. We might have some
We're
more.
still in alpha.
We might have some guests join us. We might have some more faces here. There's obviously room as the. Is there really a normal? No, there's not really a normal campaign.
True.
I'm gonna do so. Normally we have someone running our command center while we stream. The wonderful Coco. If you watch any of our streams or watched any of our crowdfunding streams, you know what we're talking about. But they are sick, so we don't have anyone watching. Her tummy hurts and she's mad at the government. But
I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Bunch of facts.
bunch of facts. So we don't have a command center, so I'm not going to really be watching chat super closely, and it's going to be a little bit of a live show. But this is what it is. I'm going to be passing the mic over to Don. We're going to be starting a brand new campaign. I took down the old episodes. You don't have to listen to those. Just pretend they don't exist. There's nothing there. There's nothing there for you. Should I look in the camera when I'm talking?
No.
You do whatever you want.
Their
Just
soul.
stare at them.
Look into both their eyes at the same
Don't really
time.
think we have any announcements,
sorry.
do we? I will have some announcements next week for sure, because I found a bunch of homebrew posters that I said were out of stock, but I have a huge stack of them now, so we might do like a little sale or something on
The
those.
only announcement is that Cody will be switching his stream from Monday to Thursday, and then me, TJ, or Pippin will be switching to Mondays.
Oh,
Yes.
well,
And,
With the return of Mythcraft, Cody will not be able to play on
Yes.
Mondays.
I didn't know if I was supposed to say that or not.
with the return of Mythcraft,
Yeah.
Cody
on Mondays.
Cody dropped out of Mythcraft.
Well, he's returned
And,
to Mythcraft, evidently.
I don't know if there's anybody that watches
What?
in the chat, but I will be streaming eventually. But I need to take a couple weeks off due to work-life balance.
Work-life
I will
balance.
be returning, so don't fret. But I got a lot going on. I got a teenager in swimming, and I have a job that's really putting the pressure on right now. So
There you go.
I appreciate your patience.
If you're into the homebrew, second episode with the leftovers is coming out today. Hope you're excited for that.
Pretty much, we'll be able to go straight from this to listen to the new episode.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. All right. Well, that's all I've got. Oh, I guess you could also check out the Marsh Core backer kit campaign. I've got a new plush going out right now. Little Frog got a little coloring book. Got some pins. It's just we're doing Pintopia. So it's in the announcements in the Discord. Join the Discord, by the way. It's just discord.gg/the Homebrew Podcast, and make sure that you are liked the stream, follow the stream. Do all the things, click all the buttons, turn on notifications, and share with your friends so that we can get some viewers and grow this thing. How many viewers are we at? I'm just curious. A couple?
I don't know. Where do you see it? 17 right now?
17? Cool. All right. I was curious to see how that would go because we streamed so much for Mythcraft. I had like a lot of people. So if you're here for Mythcraft, let me know in chat so that I know that that was not in vain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done talking.
All right.
Okay. Can I get everybody's AC and passive perceptions real quick?
Okay. Which AC do you want?
What do you mean?
So
Your real AC. Your AC, Grant. What's your?
it's going to
real life
vary.
AC?
So normally my AC is 14.
Okay.
Well, normally it's 17. Normally it's 19. So I have 19 AC. I have a shield,
Okay.
and I'm going to be dropping my shield a lot, which will give me 17 AC. But I will have mage armor going. I took the armor of the shadows in vacation, so do I need to tell you every time I cast mage armor, or since it's no spell slot?
Just tell me when you don't have it, really.
Okay. Which is going to be like it's like a
I'll-
dispelled or a Mananta magic or
Yeah.
something.
And I'll tell you also when you don't have it. So yeah.
So normally it'll be 17 or 19.
Okay. Yeah, and then if you drop your shield,
Yeah, we do still have my rage clip if anybody wants to see.
What's a rage clip?
From the Flint?
Rage.
it's like a deflating.
Coco just said she's glad she clipped it.
What's your passive perception?
I don't know how to. I've never used passive
10
perception.
plus the mod.
10 plus. Yeah, 10 plus.
So
What's the mod?
Wisdom.
10.
Okay.
Well, whatever your perception.
Yeah.
It's whatever my perception.
So like if you have a +2 in perception.
I already got your two stats,
Yeah.
but if you want to say them so people know.
My armor class is 13, and my passive perception is 9.
What a little bitch, dude.
I know,
You're
dude.
so easy to hit. You want to fight?
Sure, bring it. You want to step to this?
Can't hit what you can't touch.
These low ACs aren't as dangerous for them because with this campaign, they will be starting at level 3. I think level 1 starts are a little slow, and there's always some things I run into with level 1 starts. So I prefer a level 3 start.
Like
you guys are
deaths.
established in the world from your backstories, so it makes sense. You've gained
like
some XP, little name for yourselves. With that being said, we'll just get right into it.
What's DJ's AC?
Oh, mine's a 13 as
Oh,
well.
yeah,
And then a 12 passive.
Sorry.
You're good. So we fade in from atop the clouds into a Pangea-like landmass on the world of Krethos. It is very diverse from an ecological standpoint. The very large established kingdoms are on the eastern coast. This is where your farms, it's the breadbasket of the world. That's where, after the multiple ages that have passed and the thousands of years, the established kingdom has laid a foundation. To your south, you have large jungles. Think like the Amazon. It has a very high elven influence. To the west is where the wars of the past were fought, and it's a desolate desert. No one treads there lightly. It is well known that if you go into the desert, you take your life into your own hands and into your own footsteps. To the northern coast of Krethos, we find very large, mountainous, forested tundra covered in a constant blizzard. There are lots of ancient ruins, and the people that live there have been able to do so because of their resiliency and their quick wit. I think kind of Norse, but not quite. But right now, where we will start is on a dark and stormy night as someone in dark robes runs through the forest, panting, breathing for their last breath, trying to escape their own past.
Yeah, that's me. Yep, that's me.
That's definitely you.
Grant, do you want to describe your character before we get into this?
Yeah, so my character is Terrence Dalianaki, or Terry for short. My friends, were I to have them, would call me Terry. And they're short for an elf. They're like 5'11", pale-skinned, green eyes. They have brown, pretty well unkept hair under a dark hood. And Terry is wearing what can only be described as like acolyte robes, but they're torn up. Like my sleeves are missing on both of them. The hood, has like frayed edges and tattered. He does not look at home in the forest whatsoever. He's stumbling a lot, and he doesn't know where doesn't look like he's going in any specific direction. He is not very fit either. The other thing for an elf, he's a little chubby.
Relatable.
He's got a dad bod. He's a little short. He is a half elf. He's a high half elf. And then notably, he has a box strapped to his back. So it's it's like a 4 foot tall, 3 or 4 foot tall, 2 foot wide wooden box with metal bands around it, and it is strapped to his back, and he's carrying it. Seems to be the only thing that he's doing with any sort of ease. Like, he can barely put his feet in front of him. He doesn't know where he is, but like this doesn't seem to be weighing him down at all, this burden that he has on his back.
Okay.
And he hasn't run this much in a long time, so he's not holding it well. He's panting, he's sweaty. So, it takes a second.
Yeah, and,
Yikes.
braced up against like a tall tree where it's been scraped by probably the wildlife, so the branches on the lower end are carved away. You lean up and you hear muffled yelling and the barks of hellhounds chasing you. You know what's chasing you and you know who is chasing you.
Yeah.
And they yell. You hear in the faint distance a voice you know all too well. Terry! The blood-curdling screech of someone you know is coming after you.
Is there any light in any direction? That's
The only light that you have at the moment is any light that you can provide yourself and the alternating light of like a viridian and purple lightning that arcs from the chaotic elemental sky every once in a while. This is a known, instead of a northern lights, the area you are inhabiting kind of on the border of the western desert where it hits like the farmlands is kind of a transitional temperate zone. So you have like evergreens and think like a rocky prairie. There is like sparse woods, and that is what you have ran into on your night of escape.
Yeah. So my backstory happened like
Your backstory
tonight.
is happening tonight.
Tonight. Wow. I thought that was going to be a little bit in my past. Holy shit. So I am also then crying, not
Okay.
and I don't look good while I'm doing it.
can
Like
imagine.
full ugly man crying, sniffling. I have no clue what to do. So I think I'm just going to pick a direction and run east.
All right. You run.
Unless that's where I'm running from.
No.
I'm running at him.
You would.
Put it in
That's a
reverse,
great
Terry.
direction to pick because
Yeah.
the voices are to the west.
Okay.
And the hounds that are getting ever closer are coming from that direction.
And I'm going to keep my eyes open, listen for like any water or any like
Okay.
movement or any road or just anything that's not more forest.
You run for what feels like forever, given the fact that you're kind of halfway here in your physical body and halfway in your emotions and your processing. You're still processing
super out of
what's
shape.
transpired. And every step you take is almost like a slow motion frame by frame. Is and you slam into multiple objects, and you kind of catch yourself every once in a while as you slip over jagged rocks that catch you off guard. You actually end up, without being able to see in the night, you kind of twist your ankle. It doesn't hurt you, but you do fall flat and prone into what is like a little like stream. And in this moment, you hear the like the hellhounds have come pretty close. I'm gonna need you to roll me a stealth check.
So can I say as Terry falls, any
Yeah, of course.
third-party observer would notice that like he's gonna fall like on his back as the weight like starts to take, and he intentionally puts his body between that box and the ground when he falls,
Okay.
to protect whatever it is he is carrying. Just want to intro with that. Terry is going to roll stealth, but I just want to say he's not like a cool stealthy guy. Like he's a little bit of like a like trying to hide, not fading into any shadows.
Just trying to.
I literally, my first roll of this campaign was a natural 1.
Oh,
How fortuitous.
I do hilariously have a +7 to stealth, but I crit failed. So I think maybe because I put myself in between the box and myself, I made a lot of noise.
Yeah, basically, you slam into like a large rock in the base of the stream, and it just knocks the wind out of you. And if you've ever had the wind knocked out of you, you make these noises as if. So it's like a loud, wet thump, and then and then you just hear the growling stops, and you hear. I think it's over here.
And there's a stream?
There is. Your direct surroundings across the stream, there's more trees. You have access to like some water right there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see the hellhounds, but you can hear them. So they're probably, I would say, within like 60 meters or so.
Oh man, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go in the stream, in the dark, with no way of knowing how deep it is or anything like that. But I'm going to try to go downstream.
Try and lose the scent.
If I can wade or if I can run in the water, but
It's
I'm
probably halfway up your shins, I would say.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna head downstream.
Okay. Yeah. You plunge your feet into the stream, and it is ice cold. It just cuts you to the bone.
I'm wearing socks
Okay.
and sandals,
Oof.
so the socks get wet immediately.
I'm a supporter.
Okay.
So I think it's comfortable. And everybody should do it, but
I regret it. I didn't regret it until I stepped into the stream, but now I'm like, as you always said, not to wear the socks with sandals.
getting wet, it is unfortunate. You feel your like the leather straps on your sandals kind of tighten up with the cold water around you, and it kind of makes your feet go numb alongside the ice cold water. Let's see here. See the hellhounds. You start to look. You look over your shoulder, like pulling the straps of your box up and trying to go as fast as you can through the stream, and you see torches in the night, and these torches are familiar to you. They're kind of gathering around at the edge of that stream where you fell in, and you see someone kneeling down as arcs of lightning reveal the robes of the familiar order you are running from. If you basically have two choices here. If you want to continue down the stream, you're going to be out in the open, but you will hide your tracks. Or you could dart back into the woods and try to obscure them from any sight.
Can I look around real quick?
Yeah.
Like what are my surroundings?
You're kind of in a lower area. On either side of you, on both sides, is kind of a forested area.
Mm-hmm.
You would kind of have to make a scramble up the bank to the eastward forest. Other than that, without really taking a moment and like timing the lightning strikes to get like real bearings on your surroundings, that's all you see.
Okay. I'm more Terry is not very athletic, but he is, for a bigger elf, relatively dexterous. He is going to try to scramble out, trust his scrappiness more than his constitution, and try to start heading east again.
Okay.
I do have dark vision too,
Oh, okay. Good night. Yeah.
as a half elf.
60 feet.
60 feet of dark vision, yeah.
So yeah, you get it.
Oh, yeah.
You can see them back there
Mhm.
with all the noise of the rain and the rustling and the lightning. They really can't hear you, like splashing about as you clamber up to the bank. You think for a moment that one of the wolves sees you, but then it just runs back into the forest on their side of the bank, and you get this feeling. You get a feeling of not so much warmth, but an energy building up around your neck
Okay.
as a dark shroud starts to form around you and encase your head.
Mm.
It's nothing you've experienced before to this point. And you hear, you just hear kind of murmuring, like,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, everything fades out.
Okay.
And you're left there unknowingly in the woods, in the dark, alone. Well, except for the people looking for you. We cut to the morning. Two people walking down the road in a forested area. describe your characters, guys. I would assume you guys would be together.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I was making a pretty safe
Always.
assumption in that.
We're always together. Yeah.
Vinny, the older brother of, well, by a few minutes, of the Moretti brothers, is a well-built, lean, hawk-eyed
I did.
young human man. He is 6'2" and walks with a permanent jaunt of confidence, a smug smile almost always crawling up his lips, and his eyes are just full of what some would say murder. His hair is slicked back, extremely clean cut. He wears a 3-piece suit, a light brown vest, the gold chain hanging off from a pocket watch. He carries a long, thin black suitcase in one hand, and he's followed by his younger brother.
Yeah, my name is Benny Moretti. He is 6'8", 440 pounds
God
of
damn.
just pure muscle. He likes to work out. He likes to cook. He always has snacks on him. He is kind of the opposite of Vinny, in a sense. His eyes are what you could say pure happiness and just pure enjoyment. He wears a black hat with a white stripe, a pure black suit with black combat boots, and then he's got a blue tie on. And if you look at him when he's not traveling, that's what he looks like. But when he is traveling, he has this giant rucksack backpack full of weird just stuff in it that he just likes to carry with him. And that's pretty much Benny.
Does the backpack go on the suit when you're traveling?
Yeah, I just throw it over. And then
It's your traveling suit and your business.
Yeah, I wear it all the time. And then I also have a brown cook's apron with a bunch of pockets. And I'm always wearing it over the suit.
Okay.
So that's Benny. I put it in Discord if anybody wants to see.
As a former line cook, I say gross, but
Well,
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Benny's
I'm just
also
joking.
got 7 intelligence. So
You're good.
so yeah,
okay.
we're traveling.
The Moretti twins, huh?
The Moretti twins.
Moretti twins.
Awesome. You guys have been, you've kind of left your home, where you have the established safety of resources and connections, and you're kind of branching out on your own, due to some unfortunate circumstances with your last job. You don't know exactly how it went awry, but it certainly did. The mark you were supposed to get to and, take care of, clean up, turned into a literal shitstorm.
Literal?
Literal.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Gross.
Was it the shit wizard?
He had Viridian and Purple Lightning. You guys have raining shit. No.
It's the shit wizard. Run!
Good thing I have a hat on.
And an apron.
That reminds me of something. But, okay, yeah. And you're walking together, down a path towards the town of Black Rock. It is a mining town on the outskirts of the city you're formerly from. And you figure you guys could get some information from contacts you have there, since they won't be so inclined to be like, hey, I saw the Moretti twins, talking to so-and-so. I heard they had a bad job going. But and you've been walking for a few days as you've been camping out and eating Benny's, fine cook. Are they still vegetarian?
No,
okay.
Benny just eats.
Okay. Yeah, the hearty meals that Benny, you guys are used to eating.
I will catch fish along the way. I have fish and tackle and stuff. So
Nice.
We'll eat good.
Yeah. And you guys eventually come upon what looks like a corpse laying alongside the road. And it is a kind of, I believe you described him as chubby.
Dad bod.
Chunky. Dad bod.
Yeah, a little chubby.
Strapped to his back, which he's laying face down in the long grass, is what looks like, a a wooden box that is strapped to his back.
Would you look at that, brother? Maybe our luck has turned around. Go check it out. See if there's anything in there.
Okay, brother boss. And I'm gonna go up to the body and I'm gonna take my maul, which is skinned as like a meat cleaver.
Roll
And
a weak character.
I'm gonna try and like flip him over with it,
Okay.
like nudge him.
You roll him to the side as the box prevents you from rolling him onto his back, and you see that he's still breathing. On further inspection, you get a closer look of his face. There are like inky veins going up to his eyes that are kind of pulsating.
Okay. Benny wouldn't even acknowledge that. I'm gonna put my maul away. I'm just gonna grab him and pick him up and take him over to Vinny. And be like, "Look what I got."
Benny, no, I didn't want the whole body. I just wanted you to check his pockets for any money.
You
Take the
said-
box off.
You
Maybe there's
said
some
take
valuable-
care of it.
You come to with a large Benny
Right.
holding you off the ground.
Yeah. I'm going to try to, assuming it's like kind of like a grapple, I'm going to try to use my acrobatics to get away from him.
All right,
Is that
go for
okay?
it. Yeah.
Do I do a strength check?
If you're trying to hold on to him, yeah.
Well, yeah. He told me to take care of him, so I'm gonna try and hold on to him.
As he tries to wiggle his way out.
New character, new stats. I don't remember all of my skills and such.
Hey,
So it's just
It's a process.
strength, right? So 18 strength.
So with a 24, this chunky looking guy who you wouldn't expect it probably from looking at him and picking him up, like just for a brief glimmer of a moment, it looks like he knows what he's doing. As he whips around from you, he slips out from under your hold, and then he like stands back and looks at you guys. I'm still breathing heavy, sweat dripping down my brow, beat up his head. And was
Benny, by the gods, how many times I gotta tell you? You gotta check their pulse before you pick up a corpse.
Well, he was breathing. You said, "Do the
I
thing."
need. And I look up and I realize it's daytime now, right?
Yeah, the last thing you remember is clambering up that stream bank and then passing like those murmurs and then
Yeah.
just fade to black.
And then I reach back and I feel that my box is still here. There's still a little bit of heft to it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something in there still. And I'm like, I need help. Please.
As soon as he says that, I'm gonna hand him a muffin.
Well, it's nice.
It looks like I haven't eaten in days. I grab that and just gobble it.
Like Kobayashi.
Vinny's surprise very quickly turns into that smug smile, that smug, sly grin. It's like, oh, yeah, friend, we can absolutely help. What seems to be the problem?
And then he kind of like takes a moment and you would see him like stop himself from speaking. And he's like, there's someone being chased by very bad people.
Hey, we're very discreet. We don't need any details. My name's Vinny
Okay.
already. This is my brother Benny.
Hello.
You don't need any details?
No.
That's
We're
good.
We're in the protection business. You seem to be harried by some ne'er-do-wells.
He looks really rough.
I'm harried as hell.
He's got burrs like all down his trousers. He
Benny's-
looks just completely covered in mud from when he fell in the creek. Those like ethereal veins have faded. You don't see those anymore.
Benny's gonna put his backpack down, grab out one of his blinkies and a med kit, and I'm gonna just start cleaning him up and fixing him up while he's standing.
He's very when you touch him, he pulls away. Like, he's like oh no,
It's okay. Have another muffin.
Benny.
I'm okay.
Just give the man a little space.
Okay.
Look, we got you taken care of. Come with us. We're heading to the next town over. All right?
Town?
We can work out
Okay.
contracts,
Town?
payment, all that stuff down the road. No big deal.
Oh, payment. Oh, okay. I don't have.
Oh, no. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
again, I'm Vinny. This is Benny. We'll take care of you. All right.
Where are we?
Oh, we came from what city?
Well, we're going to
You came
Black Rock.
from, what do you want your main city to be named? You guys have a good name for it?
Valarin.
That's almost exactly what I was. Okay, Valarin. Yeah, you're probably 80% the way towards Black Rock.
Okay.
Black Rock from Valarin.
We've just come from Valarin, and from the looks of you, you probably don't want that type of attention. We're heading to Black Rock right now. A little bit smaller, a little more tucked away.
Okay, yeah, anywhere but here.
Excellent. All right. You good to walk? Take care of yourself. Benny can carry you. If you need
I
him.
pat myself. My clothes are torn. I have, since we're saying it's the day of, I'm just gonna cross off all my equipment. I've got nothing.
Okay.
I think, yeah, without giving away too much backstory, it's important to me that I left. So I've got nothing but the clothes and the box on my back.
All right.
Benny would look at Vinny and kind of like signal down to Benny's dagger to see if Vinny wants me to give him a weapon. Without saying anything, I'm just waiting for his look.
Yeah, go ahead. Grab me my book while you're at it.
I get my bag, give him his book, and then I kind of just toss a dagger to him.
Actually, surprisingly, like he looks a little shy. He's like, huh, but he like catches it.
I can't do all the smashing.
I am used to something a little more long, but
Oh, let me see what I got. I just start throwing shit out of my backpack. I got a shovel. Like this.
oh my god, a shovel would be badass. Can I skin a longsword as a shovel?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
So I'll take my dagger back and give you the.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's fine.
As this transaction transpires,
Yeah, I look at all the different things, and and the shovel just makes sense to me for whatever, and I'm like,
And it's not a normal shovel. Instead of like a wooden shaft, it's like iron. So
Okay.
it is like a sturdy shovel.
Yeah.
I look like a badass then with a box on my back and a shovel. I wasn't
Gravedigger.
expecting that.
I'm Yorick.
Yeah.
yeah, so the whole time this transaction is transpiring, Vinny is writing in his ledger book. He like looks and he like writes down. He snaps it shut and he's like, perfect. Now that we've got that taken care of, let's get you to town. And he hands the book. Doesn't even look at Benny. He just puts the book up like over his shoulder and waits for Benny to just grab it from
I'll
him.
grab the book and then put a muffin in his hand and then just put.
What kind of muffins are they?
They're gonna be like blueberry, but mixed with some like meat. It's like a meat muffin mix.
Oh, they're almost like pemmican almost.
Yeah.
Cool.
Benny just kind of throws stuff together and see what tastes good.
Like Link.
Yeah.
In Breath of the Wild. Do you do the little dance? So let's cook it.
Bacon blueberry muffin.
It's a bacon blueberry muffin, you could say.
Nice. Well,
But Benny is getting low on ingredients, so.
the world provides.
Yeah, and we take our plate. We start down the road, and naturally, Benny and Vinny would just move into, just slightly behind, like a half foot behind Terry, and on left and right of him, almost as if they're in a bodyguard position at this point. Just fall right into that natural movement.
Okay. As you guys walk for a few minutes, Terry, you feel this, and you guys observe this.
Mm-hmm.
Your legs are sorer than they've ever been. Your whole body feels like you're like dragging it almost. The box is extra heavy today.
Yeah.
So you guys are moving a little slower than normally you would. But you guys, I mean, unless you want to push him faster. But
You sure you don't want Benny to give him a run? He really doesn't mind.
To what?
He can carry you.
I pick you up.
No.
They go faster.
No, we're like, no. How big are you?
6'8",
Okay.
440.
Jeez.
440 is crazy. That's
It's a real
If
human.
you guys are wondering,
yeah, I
that
know who
is
you're-
the exact measurements of Brian Shaw, the
That's what I
real
was
life
thinking.
human.
Which is my
Okay.
favorite strongman competitor.
I didn't know.
So,
I didn't know humans got.
oh, sometimes
as
we eat
big
good.
as-
Benny always makes sure Benny eats good.
He killed our mother on the way out.
It was an accident.
What?
I mean, look at him.
No, I didn't hear the words.
Oh, he killed our mother on the way out. He was so big.
You killed a mother?
I didn't do it on purpose.
I'm sorry to hear that. Please don't carry me, though.
Okay.
Suits you, man.
I'm fine, and I'm gonna try to like push myself through. I'm gonna try to pick up the pace, even though.
Sure. Yeah, roll a just to see how well you are able to withstand like the buildup of like lactic acid and stuff. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 12.
You're able to go at an average pace
Okay.
through the pain.
I flip out my pocket watch and look at the time. And from the distance we think we are from Black Rock, how long do I think we have till we make it there?
Probably a few more hours.
Okay.
You'll get there about midday from the looks of it.
You see me looking over my shoulder a lot, looking at the tree line.
Every bird that like flies out of a
Yeah.
tree, you see him like kind of snap and look at it. Like there's like a stray dog as you get closer to town that kind of runs through the woods, and he just stops and turns like white.
Stray dog, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Benny will throw out some food for it.
Oh, it happily runs up to you, like licks your fingers, and
Give it some scratchies, and then we keep walking.
Oh my god, I thought you were gonna eat it.
No.
You said you were low on ingredients, and then got a look in your eye.
Benny's not an animal.
yeah. Unless you guys have any further conversations, you guys walk for a few more hours.
After my adrenaline dies down a little bit, and you see him kind of like stop looking over his shoulder as much, you know what I mean? And after probably about an hour, my adrenaline comes down, and you guys are a little bit behind me, right?
Just like a half step.
Yeah, you would see like my eyes have started to really like well up in water, and I have myself a good, as stoic as I can be, I have myself a good little quiet cry for the next few minutes, and then big sniffle, deep breath. You see my shoulders set back just a little bit, and just continue to walk in silence.
Yeah. It's kind of like a somber vibe. You guys wondering about your fellow traveler here, and you trying to hold it together.
Mm-hmm.
And in the distance, the gates of Blackgate appear over the horizon. The forested path you're on kind of opens up into like a prairie where you start passing, the fields and stuff of, farmers and villagers, commoners. And they kind of all take like a look at you guys, and then they look at each other, and then they just get back to work. As you get closer, you start to see like passing carts and stuff. And eventually you come to the gates that are open. There are guards stationed there with the symbolic black rock, like black iron mantle.
Mm-hmm.
And then they don't stop you. So you guys pass into the city. It's a smaller village. It's kind of an industrial outer city that takes pride in its mining business. So they have like a lower circular like undercity almost, where all the commoners live, and then built in the middle is like what is remainder from like warring times is a built keep that has like it's built up on a foundation, and it has like a portcullis, and to get in there you have to cross into a bridge. But most of the people, the commoners and stuff, deal in the outer walls. And then behind the big keep, you see the beginnings of a long-established mine that goes deep into the earth. There's a lot of like sounds and a lot of business going on over there. Other than that, you see there's some immigration stuff going on at the main gate. They're like doing,
Tariffs.
I didn't want to say it, but
Good God.
yeah, they're kind of like trading in goods. So they are unfortunately like taking in prisoners to work in the mines. They are also, checking things. But you guys are able to pass on by.
Do I see that?
You do see
Like it's obvious what's happening?
it's very obvious.
I
These
stop.
people are like in a chain gang kind of situation.
Yeah.
There's different types of people. There's like tabaxi, there's dwarves, there's
Mhm.
humans.
I would
You
stop
don't know if
walking.
they're like criminals or not. So you just assume that there's people are being forced to work against their will.
Yeah. As soon as I see that, I stop walking. Like really abruptly. Like if you were behind me, probably walk into me.
Yeah, Benny Vinny kind of like,
Yeah, I'd look at Vinny and be like,
And I'm just staring.
you see anybody you know, friend? Like, what's the problem?
I thought the chains.
What, the chain gang?
that's just another day.
Yeah.
Thought it didn't
Slaves.
happen.
Go to the mines.
Thought it didn't. I was told that type of thing didn't happen.
Where are you from, brother?
Where's he from, Vinny?
I don't
I
know.
was told it was free.
Yeah, I mean, some of us are free. No one's truly free. You know what I'm saying?
Are they criminals?
Criminals? Sure.
They do what they've got to do.
And as you guys are kind of having this conversation, like looking at them, the guard that's kind of like doing intake on these prisoners just kind of looks over at you, and he just like, you got a problem? You never seen a chain gang before?
Well, no.
Oh,
Is this what Black Rock you say? This is how business is done in Black Rock.
well, not everybody agrees with it, but you know, the Empire does have mandates on forced labor for criminals and those that have been deemed unworthy of freedom.
And how are you sleeping at night, friend?
I sleep like shit.
That tracks.
Nothing a good cup of grog can't fix, though. You know what I mean? It's like a gruff, like dirty man. His face is gaunt, but his body is like bloated. So you get the vibe that he does indeed drink a lot of grog. He's got that like weathered red on his face. He looks hungover as fuck.
I'm going to hand him my last muffin.
He's not being,
Give him a muffin?
You give him a muffin?
My last muffin.
Your brother's bootlicking, my dude.
You like
Immediately.
you actually see him like break it apart and distribute it evenly amongst the prisoners.
I look
Oh,
at Vinny.
okay.
I look at Vinny and say, we can use that later.
We'll see.
He's like, they might work a little better if they're well fed.
Oh, okay. I'm like, oh, no.
No,
No.
Benny
No.
knows that Vinny is always looking for that next thing to use. So Benny just tries to help, even though he might not be doing a good job.
Look, I don't make the laws. I just enforce them. And unfortunately, the laws in Black Rock, we get free labor. So, if you got a problem with it, you can take it up with the Baron. But,
No problems here, sir.
I wouldn't recommend it.
You wouldn't happen to know. We're new to town. We're looking for work. You seem like you've frequented some of the, more casual establishments. You point me in the right direction?
He points like across the gate to the opposite direction, and you see like a nice established stable with a like built on top of it second floor like lodging style. He's like, that's the travel house. That'd probably be your best start for city about like information about the city. They're pretty friendly over there.
Fantastic. Thanks.
Yeah. And then he just kind of turns around and pushes the backseat prisoner forward, and they kind of just start walking. He unbinds their feet so they can walk freely, but they stay chained together.
Terry, I don't know how influential your assailants are, but might be good to find out if they're looking for you around these parts. Maybe ask a couple folks if they've been looking for a robust elf.
Robust.
Yeah, he kind of like watches the prisoners walk off for a moment. Just this like weird shell shock almost in his eyes. And then he just kind of shakes it off. It's like, hey, it's just surely just Black Rock. People looking for me. How do you do that? I just ask people.
Let's go to the travel lodge
I don't know. That doesn't seem like a good idea. I don't want to make any. I don't want to make any noise or waves when people hear that someone was asking about someone else.
Not when Vinny does it.
Let me handle it. I can be very discreet. I'm gonna start kind of like guiding him and looking over at Benny to like guide him towards the trap house.
I know you look nothing like him, but I keep picturing Joe Pesci.
Very much the attitude.
So yeah, I will kind of guide you with us.
I follow meekly behind.
All right. Yeah, we head into the travel house.
Yeah, you guys walk up some like well-built wooden stairs above the stables, and you open the door into what looks like kind of an inn / like tavern. There is a bar and a food, like there people are eating, and then you also see some like administrative stuff happening in a meeting, like at a big table.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see there is like a half-elven man and a half-elven woman like standing behind the bar talking to each other.
Okay. I put my hand out like this again, not looking at Benny
Without
at all.
question.
I say little grease, and Benny puts 2 gold pieces in my hand.
Without
And
question. I know exactly what he needs.
You gentlemen find a table. I'll go ask around for a second, and I'm gonna head towards the bar while they take seats.
I actually give you 5.
Okay. So I walk up to the bar to the 2 tenders behind her. So, how you folks doing today?
They kind of stop their conversation, turn towards you, and
Turn towards.
the
At least it's not me, because then it'd be turned towards Terry.
Let's turn towards area.
the lady like gets back to like doing some menial labor like tasks, and the guy turns towards you and he's like, "Oh hey, welcome to the lodge."
Pleasure. Could I get 3 drinks, please?
Sure. What's your poison?
Whatever's cheapest.
All right. He kind of like begrudgingly pours like 3 just like basic like ales.
Yeah.
It's kind of watered down and
Look,
murky.
I'm new to town. Name's Vinny Moretti. I've got a client. I trust you can be discreet with any conversation we have, and I push forward 1 gold piece.
He kind of looks over towards the like the person he was just talking to, and he just like slides it over into his apron, and he's like, "I'm Dorian."
Excellent. Well, my friend here, he's being looked for by some former employers, some disgruntled, money owed, whatnot. And I was just trying to make sure no one's been out around looking for a portly elf with a box on his back.
Well, not that I can think of. I wouldn't recommend it, but if you want to find direct information linking to that, you would probably want to check with the sergeant at arms, but that might lead you directly into somebody that might be looking for you. Other than that, there have been some weirdos around here. Are you wearing anything that would affiliate you? Yeah.
We haven't stopped, right?
Yeah, he's wearing
No.
those robes.
Yeah.
They're just torn up.
I gotta play my character as
He takes
Not
a look
worldly
at your
as he
chest,
is.
and then he looks at you, and he's like, "You might want to get."
Shit.
Uh-oh. And you're all dead. No.
Okay, you press. There's the timer.
Sorry.
You press the live mode button.
Sorry, everyone. I got tied up.
He looks at me and then everything goes dark.
Sorry, we had to hit the button. I wasn't paying attention. I was too into the RP, guys. There we go. Sorry, guys.
Welcome back, Corey. Corey, get back here. We can't do this without
Do
you.
this, Corey.
All right, so he looks back at me and
He takes like a good hard glance at your companion here, and he's like,
We're good.
I don't mean to be rude, but you might want to change.
Oh.
I can offer you. Look, your friend here already has kind of paid for my services. So if you want to take some time and go into the down below, there is a washroom, and I could have my sister here bring you some fresh clothes or something that would better suit your needs in the city. And he kind of winks at Vinny. He's like, there's been some stir-ups in the politics around Blackrock lately. There's some weirdos screaming about some forever flame. I don't know. But
Do I hear that? Where am I?
he tells you that to your face.
Yeah, you guys are just sitting at a table right near the bar, and I'm talking to him.
My eyes get real wide.
He makes like an understanding like nod to you, like he knows why you're doing that.
I don't think Blackrock is a good place for me to be.
No worries. Benny, take him to the washroom.
Okay, brother boss. And then I'm gonna
Lyra, you help them get some fresh clothes and warm up a bath for our friend here. He's landed on some hard times.
All right.
wherever the washroom is, Benny, or like the bathroom, whatever you call it. Benny's gonna stand out in front of it and kind of just guard him while he cleans up.
You have to walk kind of to the end of the bar and down some stairs into it's just a long hallway that has rooms. It looks like cheap lodging, but at the very end you see an open hallway that has like big tubs of like baths and stuff. Nobody's in there. But when you pass the table of what look like some type of administrators, they kind of take a quick glance at you and then they look at each other and they look back down to their work. You guys all notice that. And they kind of do like a
I do it back.
and it just looks like they're going about like taxes and just like storefront ledgers and stuff like that. You don't know what they're doing, but they look like maybe merchants or maybe like city workers.
All right. Yeah. As he gets ready, I just kind of was like, "Hey, I appreciate everything you've done for us. If you hear anybody looking for, fixers, you let me know."
He kind of like narrows his eyes. When you say fixer, roll a persuasion. I just want to see how charismatic you do it to him.
Persuasion. Okay. That's 23.
He
Just kinda
Persuasive.
like a wink and that
He
that
thinks,
sly smile on his face.
yeah.
Disarming smile.
And he kind of meets it with like a smirk of his own, and he's like, "I might actually have something for you there.
Ah,
If you come back tonight, talk to me.
fantastic.
I'll be in the stables,
I'll see you then.
and we'll see."
And I'll knock back the drink that I had bought, take the other two over, hand the one to Benny, and we'll wait for Harry to come out.
I want to say like the door to the like wash area is probably like a little bit open, and you would just for like a brief moment you would see as I'm like taking these tattered robes off, you would see my back is covered in like burn scars.
Oh.
Shoulder to shoulder all the way down to the small of my back, and then I look back and I see you and I get like a little bit ashamed and I shut the door further so that you can't see me anymore. So I close that little crack and then I take a nice bath.
Since he closed the door and he has 2 drinks, Benny's gonna take both of them and he's gonna one gulp, just chug both of them. And he's gonna go 2 for 1.
Benny, you know what? I think
You would literally spill most of that.
Oh
if you
yeah,
tried to
it's
do
just
two
like
at the same
suit
time.
is like a little got.
Remember the apron that he never takes off?
yeah.
That's why I said gross, dude.
I'll wash.
You
it.
reach into the pockets, there's just like crumbs and
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
nasty
Give him a
dry
magical self-cleaning apron.
prestidigitation.
See, Benny, what I tell you, Alok's gonna turn around right fast now that we're not in that city with them
Prestidigit
blowhard dons.
Well, I know you always know what to do.
And
Best
let's
big
leave.
brother ever.
Sitting in your bath with the box like set on a table across from you.
It'd keep it real close.
It's like 5 feet away from you. You kind of move the table up to your bathtub, and you have a moment of kind of like almost disassociation as you see yourself in the bath from almost third person. And you hear those faint whispers again, and you kind of tunnel vision into the box for a moment, and it feels like you're like trailing off into a deep sleep, and then you just come to. And the bath is actually like a little colder now. It seems like you've been in here for a little bit, but you clean yourself up. There's fresh robes if you want them.
Yeah.
There's also like tunics, any type of basic clothing. Nothing really fancy. There's no silk or anything, but you have the devices to blend into the city now.
Yeah. I would look for anything with a hood. Seems like it's kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
like my comfort.
There's
So
like
I find a
traveler's
cloak.
cloak.
Yeah, like a traveler's cloak that I find, and then just the most common clothes that I possibly can. And I'm gonna check the door and make sure it's like shut. Does it have a latch or a lock or anything?
It doesn't have a lock, but what you could do is do the old chair trick if you wanted to. You could
Yeah.
You can
lift
hear
the
Benny
latch up
being
and just
outside, kind
jam
of
that
talking
under
back
there.
and forth with each
You
other.
take a peek outside and you just see the big broad shoulders of Benny over here just standing in front of the doorway.
Laughing.
I'm going to
2 for 1.
special.
I see beer just dribble to the ground. No, so I, with the door shut, I'm just going to put my back up against the door, and then I'm going to scoot the box closer to me. And I kind of want to fade to black because I want to keep my secrets for a little bit longer. But I'm just
Keep
going,
your secrets.
but I'm going to just spend, I'm going to open the box. Like Pulp Fiction style, like you don't see
yeah.
what's in the box.
Yeah.
But I open the box
The
and then
golden
kind of like
Nintendo
I would want to
64.
fade to black as I spend a few moments.
Yeah. Yeah. Time passes. He's been in there for about 25 minutes, you guys would think.
Okay.
And you eventually come out, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
During
They-
that time, I would have kind of schmoozed around with the various patrons.
You can take a peek at what these guys are doing. You can do whatever you want, man.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of does his like salesman rounds, just kind of sneaking his way into conversations and bumping in and introducing himself. And
How about both of you give me a persuasion?
Okay.
Because
I would wanna-
you're influenced by the image of your brother here. People will notice that you're with this big brutish man.
always.
I'm behind him the whole time, just eating.
They're either going to be either charmed or intimidated.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a help action, right?
Actually, you roll an intimidation, you roll a persuasion. We'll see who.
Okay,
How it equals
22
out
on
here.
my persuasion.
13 on intimidation.
Okay. People are like a little standoffish at first, but not like like in a hostile way. They're just kind of like, "Hey, man, I'm trying to do something." But that's primarily like the guys that are working on something at the big table. But everybody else is pretty friendly with you if you
Yeah.
want to interact with anybody specifically.
No, I mean he really is just like comes in, he starts talking, makes jokes, asks a couple questions about the town.
Yeah, you
Real
get a-
simple information, like just a little bit of there, a little bit of that, just enough to where I get a good feel for the people in the room and for information, like little tabs of information of what's going on around here, but not so much that I let off any air of like digging.
Most of the people you interact with are travelers that have arrived in Black Rock, and they're just getting a quick meal because they have like a really prime location right at the front gate. One guy has just like stored his cart here, and he's thinking about spending the night. And then you notice Dorian's just kind of like watching you move around the room the whole time, like just watching you work.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, he does like a nice. Like,
I
he's
think
like
we all
a-
found our criminal contact
Yeah,
for
yeah,
our
yeah.
backgrounds.
He's like, I like this guy. He seems right up my alley. But
Yeah, basically work in the room, gathering information about.
do you have any specific information you'd like to ask people about?
I just like to know what they have in the vague
Uh,
terms and
So,
what.
like to offer in the city?
Yeah, why they're here, what they have to sell.
Well-
Since like some of them are merchants, it seems like.
Yeah, BlackRock has like an established, like very famous like blacksmiths because they do all the smelting here.
Yeah,
So they're able to manipulate the metals directly from the source.
yeah,
You also know they make a lot of money on like trade taxes and stuff because they fund the empire's basically army with the metals that they take from the planet, the world, from Krethos.
yeah, yeah.
It's basically everything is built around that. Everything branches like an umbrella to support that system. Even the prisoners and political parties, they basically prop up the mines. You do get a little information that like the Baron is a little corrupt, maybe. He's just like
Perfect.
kind of a dickbag, but he'll kind of bend the rules of the Empire for, financial reasons.
Mm-hmm.
The guards are hit or miss. Some people have had run-ins with them, but they tend to be honorable, at least law-abiding.
Is there a kitchen?
Yeah, Lyra's actually working in the back behind the bar.
So Benny's gonna follow Benny around while he gets this information. At some point, Benny's just gonna look at the kitchen and just not sneak, just go straight to the kitchen and just stand there and watch them cook to learn.
Lyra at some point turns around with like a cutting board and she just goes and just drops it as she's confronted by like a quiet 6'8", 440-pound man.
I'm gonna pick it up and be like, "You dropped this."
White as a sheet, she just like takes it and she just like backs. She just moonwalks away like Nick from New Girl, and like just goes back to work and like looking at you from the.
What are
corner
you
row.
doing? I wanna learn.
I'm making a stew.
Can I try to help her?
Roll a persuasion.
Okay. Oof. That's a 3.
She out of fear, she lets you help. She kind of shakes for a moment and grabs a knife and like isn't cutting anything. She's just holding it over a cutting board, like looking at you. And she's like, "If you want to help me peel the potatoes."
Okay, thank you. And then I'm gonna just start doing the thing.
All right, you're just peeling potatoes. All right.
After I'm done doing my rounds, I look to the door where he's in the washroom, and I see Benny's not there. I'm like, that stupid moron. And I'm like looking around, and then I like look to the side door, and I like look to Dorian. I'm like, is he?
He just does that.
And I walk back, and I come storming. I'm like, Benny, what in the hell are you doing?
When you do Benny, Lyra literally goes ah! Like
Poor lady.
Did you forget? You got a job to do? Is
Oh,
there a door you should be guarding?
yeah. Can I have one of these?
Yep.
You're awesome. And then I'm just gonna walk out. She taught me. And then I'm gonna go to the door and
You
eat
just stole a potato.
and I'm gonna eat a potato just raw.
oh man, rough. Okay. Yeah, you just like bite into a whole potato.
And then I thank her and I walk out.
She just like nods.
And I think
Frantically.
we'll take our places waiting for Mr. Terry to come out.
And I offer part of my potato to Vinny.
No, I'm good, Ben.
It's like already turning brown because like within minutes they start to like oxidize or whatever it's called. Terry eventually comes out of the washroom, walks back up the steps, and like sees you guys sitting at a table waiting for him. And that's where we're at.
I slide the potato over.
So if you want to know specific information about what's going on, like from a legal standpoint, he did mention the sergeant at arms, and he told you where it is in the city. You also were told information about like the Baron and stuff, but that might be a little harder to get access to. He's by the books and appointment only kind of guy.
Right.
You have heard of some type of weird people coming into town talking about a forever flame. stirring up people, kind of freaking people out. And then there's also the mines.
All right. Well, this has been illuminating. We might have some work. If we can get back here tonight, we might.
Yeah, you
not
did
wanna,
mention he might have something for you.
We might not want to stay too long, boss. Seems like your friends have been around, but you don't look so much the part now. Other than, are you able to get rid of the box? Is it important?
No.
Even him mentioning the words "get rid of the box," you've like you have kids. When you think about your kids getting hurt, like you have a physical
Yeah.
you have that happen. It's like
No.
and then your hair stands on end.
No, you can't get rid of the boxes.
All right.
So he's speaking like too loudly. You know, he has no experience at all with. So I'm gonna be straight with you. I've had a moment to calm down. I have nothing. I have no prospects. I have no money. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, man. I don't know. We gotta find. What are you doing?
Well, we are looking for work. So,
I need work too. I need work. I need income, stable income, somewhere to settle down quietly, maybe far away from here. The Forever Flame. You heard about that, right?
just now.
Yeah, those don't sound like good things.
No.
That sounds like a bad thing that we should maybe
Right, weirdo.
another town.
You can always work in the mines. Just the guy at the next table. Just
It doesn't seem like they pay them in the mines, and I need money.
Well, good luck.
Well,
The problem, I don't seem to have any. I don't know how to say this. I don't really have any like marketable skills. And why are you helping me?
oh, you know,
We help everybody.
what Benny said.
You need money too?
You help. Well,
Everybody needs money. We'll figure out the money thing. I think we got some work lined up. You stick with us. I think you'll be right. You're only like 200 gold in debt so far. I'm sure
He
you're
shakes
gonna
his
be
head.
just
He's like,
fine.
200? That's not too bad. He has no you realize he has no concept of
The guy
Yeah,
that like
no.
interrupted you just goes. Just takes a big
No.
swig.
You'll have that paid off in no time. No
Okay.
worries. We'll get you running. Me and Benny together, we only charge about 10% off the top of anything you make until you
10%? That's not too bad.
right with interest and all that good stuff. It's
Yeah.
all really complicated. Nothing to worry about. We'll get you taken care of, squared away. In the meantime, don't you worry your head about your friends or weirdos or whatever. We are very, very experienced in taking care of any type of business that applies to protecting and or getting rid of those types.
I put my hammer on the table and I go, I love butchering.
Benny especially.
Should we talk to this baron, this sergeant at arms? I mean, they might want to know that the Forever Flame are not exactly. I mean, I don't know anything about them, but they don't seem like the type of people he'd want in his town.
Roll a deception.
Ooh.
Against our what?
Insight.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not very insightful, but I'll try. Nat 1 with a -1, so I got 0.
He's telling the truth. He's never been more honest in his life. You trust this man.
I weirdly have a really high deception just from the charisma and
Nice.
the criminal background. So
May it serve you well.
yeah, I rolled a 4, but it turns into an 11.
Damn.
17 insight.
You get the vibe that he's holding something back, but given his like kind of frantic past few hours you've had with him, you get the feeling that pressing him would kind of
No, that
unleash that even more.
that snake-like smile,
but
you know,
you can tell he's holding a little bit.
that snake-like smile tugs like it always does, and he just kind of like looks him over and then just like kind of does like, of course, and like just the
Yeah,
slightest of
you
wings.
hold back every day.
Yeah, just
all
the
the
slightest
time.
of wings. Not asking any questions.
A man
like,
of vague
I'm gonna be straight with you.
possibilities.
All right.
Uh.
Our profession does not often lay us too well with the god types. A little stuffy, a little too straight laced for us. We are new to town. Might be able to, depending on their proclivities, be able to work something out with the guard. But the sergeant at arms, I don't really know. I haven't got a good feel yet, and that could end up being more trouble than it's worth, especially if, somebody else already got to him, or, guards are always easy to buy. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, you think
Not Garrick Thornwood. It's not a more honorable man in all of Blackrock.
And that guy, he's just completely wasted at 11:30 in the morning. It's like dirty.
Oh, so he's
He's
the
just been
most
listening to your
honorable
whole
man.
conversation.
The worst kind.
He's just like sitting, like the camera zooms out and he's just sitting there next to it.
Vinny didn't hear like half of what Vinny said. He just goes, "Yeah, we buy them."
What? You buy what?
Prolophakides, what he said.
In that case.
Is he okay?
Oh, Benny, he's fine. He's
All
a
right.
very select group of skills.
What's a pro alpha carries?
Friend.
I think he
This
meant
is better.
proletariat.
And then that guy literally hits his head on the table and passes out.
All right. Well, that was perfect. If you want to talk to the sergeant at arms, have at it. I'll let you take the lead on that one. Honorable makes my stomach hurt.
Well, they should at least know that I've heard on the street
Right.
is that the Forever Flame.
Sure. Yeah, no. I mean, you're the boss. We can do whatever you want.
I thought you
I gotta
were the
be
boss.
back here. Well, I'm the boss of you, Benny.
Oh, okay. Elf boss.
Huh?
Don't worry.
Elf boss. You're elf.
Oh, I'm not. No. No, I'm not your boss.
Everybody's the boss of Benny. All right.
Okay.
We gotta be back here in the evening. Dorian
Sure.
might have a job for us, but other
Okay.
than that, we're free
Yeah.
to go. You want to go talk to the sergeant? We go talk to the sergeant.
Need work? Okay. So, and I'm like, in my head, again, only the clothes on my back, my box, and a shovel in my hand. Like, okay, so I just need about 200 gold to pay your fees.
Plus the
And
fee.
then
Yes.
how much was it going to get to the next town?
Oh.
Probably about another 200, 300.
Sure.
Okay, so I should be good with about 1,000 gold or so.
Yeah, that'll be a start.
Okay. And the drunk person next to me like laughs unconscious.
That's all. Everything goes into my ledger book. I'm just like, absolutely. Yep.
It's a binding contract.
Yeah. What's our timer?
6 minutes.
We're good.
6 minutes.
Okay. Where's the Dorian?
He looks up. He's like, yeah.
You said something about the sergeant at arms. I'm assuming there's some sort of peacekeeper, lawmaker, authority, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of Blackrock. Now I think.
It'll be the Hammers. Kind of the police of the
Oh.
city.
Okay, that's an interesting name.
Yeah. The Baron's pretty thematic. He's kind of a dramatic guy. He's
Oh, I get it. Like blacksmiths and the hammers.
everything has to
Did
be.
you hear that, Benny? They're the hammers.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
He's a good businessman, but yeah.
Business. Okay. Well. Now, if there was some untoward type people that were trying to sully the good reputation of Blackrock, he would want to know that, right? And there wouldn't be any like repercussions for anyone who brought that to his attention.
Well, I don't want to speak for the Baron, but yeah, if there's trouble brewing, yeah, you might be able to get an audience with one of his aides, maybe. I'd be careful dealing with him though, or you might be in debt with him more than one person.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Just be careful.
Debt? What's he mean by debt?
You seem like a nice guy.
couldn't tell you.
I don't.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, Dorian. You seem like a nice guy too.
Pointing you towards the Baron in your, don't take offense to this, but like in your current state, kind of
What?
puts me at unease. You know, he takes advantage of people. And he like looks over at the merchants and stuff, and they're like just looking at each other, and they just kind of shrug and agree, but then they just get back to their work because
I look at Vinny, I'm like, I don't think anyone's going to take advantage of me, right?
No, of course not. Not while we're around, at least.
All right. Maybe I write like a letter.
I mean, we don't want to bother the Baron.
Okay.
We let the Sergeant at Arms know that,
So here's my worry. Not that I'm scared or anything, but
all right.
I don't know if staying here without any sort of change in my situation is going to be good. And you seem like, I mean, you're helping me so much. I don't want to. There's some people chasing me.
You said that.
Yeah. Never mind.
All right.
even Dorian just goes,
He's just like his eyes are, he's just like looking off into nowhere, and he's like, yeah, never mind. It's all good. So yeah, we just wait till tonight, and then we do work, and then we get our 200 gold, right? And then we go home.
Well, we'll see what the work is, and then, yeah, as soon as we're paid and stocked, we'll move along.
Vinny, I need more stuff.
I know, Benny. I know.
Well, yeah, I think then I will just kind of, having been talked out of talking to the Baron's man, the man at arms, Sergeant at Arms. I can't remember what you said.
Sergeant.
Sergeant at Arms.
his name's Garrick Thornwood.
Garrick.
Yeah, Garrick Thornwood.
Yeah, I think I am going to not talk to them then, or seek them out, and just wait until tonight.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are welcome to rest in the lodge.
Yeah, we'll take a little.
Kind of hang out.
Benny would like to ask Vinny if we can go get some food stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Vinny would just be like, "Yeah, go get whichever you need, Benny."
Okay, so I'm gonna go to a store real quick.
Okay. You go out. You go out the door, and there's a middle-aged guy walking up the stairs, and he sees you, and he just turns around and walks back into the stable. And then you see some there's some fruit stands and stuff. People selling vegetables, just kind of like commoners selling basic necessities.
I'll just go get some basic things.
Yeah, you're able to get your hands on
Boop.
You find some squash and some corn, some fresh wild berries. All for a decent price too. Are you looking for multiple days of supplies, or are you just kind of grabbing?
Probably like 4 days worth.
Okay.
So enough where it won't be bad. Because I think
You,
Benny's gotten enough where he knows the limit.
Yeah, and with your eye for cooking, you pick out some ripe stuff for today, and then some stuff that's going to be ripe in a few days.
Yeah.
You spend maybe a silver, and you
Okay.
get 4 days worth of produce and meats, like some salted meats and stuff like that. So,
And then
thematically, whatever you want to cook, you kind of get some. Unless you're making something extravagant, you get enough for.
I get some
basic stuff.
I get some bacon, breakfast stuff, lunch
Yeah,
stuff.
you get some fresh eggs and some.
And some more tackle.
How's the price of eggs in Blackrock?
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
How's it been?
Well, they've been kicking people out of BlackRock, and the prices haven't gone down at all.
What?
In fact, they've gone up.
Surely.
Sorry. I'm not
Surely
sorry.
that would make the price of eggs go down. What is this place?
It's almost as if the two problems, one of them's not even a problem, and one of them's not even connected to that thing. But all right.
Someone should talk to the Baron, guys. You sure we don't want to talk to the Baron?
Seems like an unreasonable type of guy, if you ask me.
And then Benny would also like to stop and get a new shovel.
Oh, a new shovel, eh? What type of shovel? You just looking for a farmhand
nice,
shovel? Or
sturdy shovel.
you could go to a blacksmith, look for a nice shovel like you had.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay.
I-
That's gonna be
on
a
my
little
way
more,
back.
little more pricey because it's gonna lifetime guarantee.
That's fine.
Okay. You walk into like the first smith you see, and you see like a dwarven lass like working at the forge. And when you walk in, she just goes, "Aye, holy shit!
What?
Nothing. You're just a large man.
Thank you.
I like it.
I like it too.
Welcome to me shop. What can I get for you?
I want a new thing to dig.
A shovel?
Yes.
Well, I have smaller trowels as well. She's turning Kiwi. Whatever.
Is there anything
No.
is there anything like catches my eye? Because Benny likes like shiny.
She has.
Benny has many traits.
Benny's all over the place.
There's nothing fancy, but there is like from a utilitarian purpose. There's like a all metal, all iron shovel, and it has like the mark of iron, black rock on it.
I put that on the table.
Okay.
And then anything else catch my
Voice
eye?
crack. She's got basic, blacksmith stuff.
I'm just gonna grab
Tools.
some random shit and put it on the table.
Like what?
I'll grab some like blacksmith tools that I don't need. I'll grab
Mm.
like
Okay.
a random dagger, maybe a hand axe.
She doesn't have anything in terms of like weapons. It seems like she caters to the working man. So she has like horseshoes, tools,
I'm gonna grab.
scythes,
I'm gonna grab 3 horseshoes,
pitchforks.
3 horseshoes, a scythe, and a shovel.
Okay. You pick up 3 horseshoes, and she gives you the weirdest look, like you have a 3-legged horse.
3
as if anyone has
horseshoes.
that. And then she goes, all right. Anything else, sir?
No, this looks great.
She actually like wraps them up in a package for you, and then sets them on the table. And she says, "Right, for shovel, a scythe."
I like how now she has a weird number of horseshoes. Like that's gonna throw off her whole day.
She's like, I have to make an extra horseshoe because this guy, I have odd number of horseshoes. She has OCD about it, but
I'm never gonna recover from this.
it's ruined my whole day. I like this guy immediately because of his size, but now everything's wrong.
How much does that cost me?
She says for you, 7 gold.
Can you do a little less?
A
I
roll,
taught him to say that.
And then can I like?
I
Flex,
taught him to say that.
Can I flex my muscles and use that as my check for intimidation?
yeah, if you want to.
Your brother is
for
standing up the local merchants already.
All right.
To be intimidating,
Fuck.
just like
I can-
that. He's still not very good at it.
Okay, well that's an 8.
You're horrible.
She rolled really bad as well. She watches you flex for like, and she doesn't say anything.
I'm like,
so
"Should
like,
stop you.
yeah, she sees how long you will go.
I'm starting to turn red. I'm like,
So she starts to turn red, and she's like, how about you just take them, and you maybe you meet me at the tavern later.
Huh. Okay, what do you want to do?
Nothing. Just I might need like a strong man like you to move some metals for me. Or
I'll
something.
move whatever you want.
All right.
And then I'm like, thank you. Vinny's going to be really happy. I didn't spend any money.
She says her name.
Isn't that like your whole thing that you do to other people and she just did it to you? I don't think he's gonna be happy about that.
he's gonna be so happy.
The name's Serafina.
The name is Benny.
Nice to meet you.
Came back with 3 horseshoes in a day.
You just got some basic stuff. She tried to rip you off, and then you flexed for her and gave her a show. So she was just like her like hard reset on her memory. She's just kind of like a middle-aged dwarven woman. Maybe like it's been a while since she saw like a big flexing dude. So
It's like
yeah.
the dude in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, you were just so like direct and like,
Benny thinks he did a really good thing.
hey, you got a shovel, man.
She's like, "Is it hot in here?" Hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
You do probably just look like a big dwarf.
Yeah.
Probably look like a human-sized dwarf.
So then, yeah, and then I'm going to be like, goodbye. Meet you later.
She just kind of Goes back to the forge.
And then I'm gonna go into the tavern.
With an armful of
Yeah,
horseshoes.
you're carrying like a parcel and like a new shovel as you walk in.
Hell yeah.
That guy walks up from the stable, sees you, and just goes back to the stable.
And then I'm gonna go sitting down next to Vinny, and I'll be like, "Look what I got, and I didn't pay a thing."
Is that the Benny?
Yes,
Why'd you get horseshoes?
I got 3 of them.
Yeah, 1, horse got 4 legs, Benny.
No,
2, we don't have a horse.
but it looks cool, and I can throw them.
All right. How much did you pay for this, Benny?
It was free. I got a meter later.
He like snaps over. He's like, "Nothing's free, Benny. How much did you spend on this?"
Nothing. She smiled and said she needed lifting later.
We'll talk about this later.
I did good.
No.
Oh. I'm gonna hand him the scythe I got. Well, I got that for you.
Benny, put it in the pack.
He puts a scythe on the table.
Put the scythe in the pack. Put it all in the pack.
All right, so I just start loading the pack, and then I attach the
Alright,
shovel to the
We
side.
gotta
of the
go
bag.
talk to Dorian. All right. Just shut up.
Nope. Okay.
And yeah, I'll Ray Terry, we gotta go see about that job.
Sorry, are we laggy still, everyone?
No, they said it. They said it got fixed.
Oh, okay.
I've been trying to keep a track of it.
Okay. What'd you say?
Ready to go see about that job?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're. Dorian's just right here, right?
I am.
Hi.
How's
Is it
it
job
going?
time?
Time has passed, and it's like early. It's late evening, early like night.
Mm-hmm.
And Dorian is starting to like close up like the dining room area, but the bar is still open.
Yeah.
And it's only you guys sitting at the bar. Lyra comes out and sits with you, and she just starts drinking. And Dorian just pulls out like a pouch, and he slides it across the table, and he goes, "You seem like a man that appreciates payment up front, but I expect the job to get done. It's a personal favor to me. You said you guys were fixers. This guy's fucking huge. I think you could take care of my problem."
We aim to please. And you're a man after my own heart. Love payment up front.
Yes. He slides you 75 gold,
All right.
and he goes into it, and he's like, "Look, I got these assholes that keep harassing my business.
Mm-hmm.
The other day they threw a bunch of cow pies at my front door, so people had to walk through a shitty stoop. I had to have my poor sister clean up fucking cow pies off the stoop. If you guys could go maybe, negotiate these ruffians, there might be another 75 gold when you get back."
Yeah, he like looks at the gold for a second and goes, "Absolutely. Now, do you want them to understand that you don't want them messing around with your establishment anymore, or do you want them to never mess around with your establishment again?"
I'm fine with them just understanding and still remaining to understand multiple things throughout their lives. They're not, they're just
I thought you were
assholes.
gonna say, do you want everyone to understand not to mess around with it?
He's like, no, just the first one.
Can do. Benny.
Okay.
No butchering.
Just smashing.
I'll smash.
All right.
Terry,
Where, pray tell, can we...
what?
No butchering, only smashing. I'll show you.
Whoa. Dorian.
Yeah.
We're just going to have a conversation with these kids. Make sure that they don't
He kind
mess
of
with the bar.
takes his bartender apron off and like puts it on there, and he like roughs up like a fine silk black shirt, and he pulls out like a gold necklace, and he gets into your vibe basically.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What's up?"
The camera like zooms into Terry. He's like,
Visibly scared.
Lyra actually slides over like a steaming tea to you. She's like, it's chamomile.
Oh.
I look at it, and I think I would probably, you'd see him kind of like 1,000-yard stare for just a moment, kind of just disassociate, looking at the tea.
She's just looking at you, like giving you like a kind smile,
Yeah,
like a warm smile.
and then I snap out of it. I'm like, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. And I, like, almost with disgust on my face, I push this tea away from me.
She just nods, and, like gives you space, goes back into the kitchen.
I think maybe we misunderstood each other a little bit. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
You all seem like nice fellas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the nicest around.
His eyes are still like really big. And then I don't know if I'm allowed to roleplay. I don't want to like move the world for you at all.
By all means.
But I imagine I kind of like slowly stand up and like look, and then I see like a robed person like walk in front of the window, like outside, and continue off into the distance.
You see for a split second what seems to be that.
And then I just-
you have a moment of like panic.
And
Like
then I stop at the like window for like way too long, and then I turn back around and it's like, all right, let's smash someone.
I will show you how.
I mean, if it helps you decide, these guys are jerks.
Dorian, no offense to anyone present, but I know a lot of jerks. And I don't know a lot of not jerks.
World's a sad place.
It's only gonna get sadder.
Awesome.
So, where are
And I take a deep breath.
these fellas?
He kind of pulls out like a parchment and he starts drawing like a really crude map with some charcoal. And he tells you they're on the other side of the lower ring of the city,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a really terrible, shitty looking bar over there.
Of course.
You'll know it when you see it. It's just a piece of garbage. Probably a bunch of louts just hanging out in front. Specifically, though, there's a half-orc that gives me a lot of trouble. He kind of intimidates my clientele, tries to push me out. They're really jealous that I'm right by the front gate. And
Fair enough.
they're the guy that owns it's been pestering me forever since some stuff happened back in back in the day with some girl. He just hates my guts. But I get the feeling in my gut that they're gonna cross a line eventually, and I think I need to draw a red line before
Yeah,
they cross
nip it
it.
in the bud.
Exactly.
I'm sure that's how it always works.
Well,
Perfectly well.
it's messy. It gets messy around here sometimes, but they're a particular messy bunch.
Well,
Just a bunch of rude drunks.
don't you worry. The Moretti brothers are guaranteed to get you results. We'll be back.
Sounds like
Hey.
a catchphrase. No, I'm just kidding.
Pulls out his pocket watch, flips it open, and he takes a look at it. He's like, give us a couple hours. We'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
And he
Take your
clicks it
time.
shut. He's like, shall we?
He actually slides over a key, and he's like, "We'll be closed up, but I'll probably be awake. I want this back, but use it to get in."
Of course. And he like tosses it back towards Benny.
Puts it in the bag.
All right, let's go, boys.
Time to smash.
Well, I'll let you know. All right.
Benny's just like big smile, pulls out his maul, and he's just ready to go.
Then we'll head out of the travel house.
Terry, looking a little dead inside, follows behind.
Just having like random thoughts just coursing through your head at all moments.
So we head across town to the
Yeah, we
shady,
head
seedy
across
bar.
town.
without crossing into like the upper city,
Mhm.
it's going to take a little bit to get around.
All right.
The tone of the city has shifted since night has taken it. A lot of those shops are closed up for the night. A lot of the people walking around look like they're. It's more of an entertainment, leisure vibe going on.
Mhm.
People are drinking in the streets, kind of hanging out. You do see stationed at like periodical stations. A lot of hammers are out, but they're just watching. Yeah, guards.
Real quick, when was I supposed to meet the blacksmith again?
She really didn't specify. She just said, "Meet me at the tavern sometime."
All right.
She didn't even say what tavern.
She's gonna be at this one.
Benny just wants to make sure he pays his debts.
All right, yeah.
So as we walk, Vinny will turn a little bit towards Terry and go, "Look, before you get all up in your moral business, right? I'm not a violent man. We only need to use Benny if negotiations deteriorate. You know, the violent hand is not something you want to use all the time. It's bad for business, for one, and two, it brings on a lot of attention. So we'll see how it goes down."
All right. Seems like to run the analogy to death. Seems like a hammer for a very specific type of nail here.
You just see
Brother.
Benny just smiling,
Absolutely.
walking.
And a hammer that is needed for a lot of types of nails a lot of times, but not always. Usually we can just use his size and a couple words and it's, there you go, no problems. But, don't always work that way.
He takes a deep breath and relaxes a little bit. His eyes not as wide. It's like, okay, yeah, it's not what it looks like.
No, just business.
Just business. Some politicking between taverns.
Absolutely.
Got it. Yeah, no, that's fine. That'll be fine.
Good. And then we'll continue on.
And then when we get there, Benny's gonna wait for the signal to do his thing, and you'll know.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either, but
This was like player. Yeah.
fair enough.
All right. So we arrive.
Yeah, you guys like looking at the map, and then you look up, and then like this place was built on like a crooked foundation. You can see through the boards that they have as walls, and you see that there's a group of people in there. There's like a shoddy hearth burning.
Yeah.
And the bar itself is not so much a bar; it's just a bunch of crates stacked on each other.
Right.
And standing outside is a half orc in like dark leather armor talking to a robed figure, and it seems like they're having like a
What kind of
like
robe?
a hush.
What kind of robe?
It's like a black and red robe. It has like a white that comes around the collar.
Do I recognize it?
You immediately recognize
Okay.
it from the back.
Benny.
All right. Well, keep the hood down. Stand back.
And again, for how awkward he normally is,
Yeah.
as I step back just almost effortlessly into a shadow, like put myself out of vision and don't look as much of a bumbling idiot as you
Yeah.
would normally
Yeah.
as I normally do. But as soon as I'm in danger, you see me just kind of like slink into a shadow a little bit.
And you'll see, it's like a hawk flash of a glance at Benny, and Benny just straightens up.
I adjust my hat. I take my bag off. I'm gonna kind of set it aside and cover it so nobody knows it's there. And then I'm gonna get ready.
We step up to the.
Like the Henry
Stepping-
Cavill arm cock.
The reloads.
Yeah.
Those were so sick. He stepping up, and before you like make contact, you overhear them say to the half orc, whoever's in this robe, "Just be on the lookout. I expect your total, unwavering support in this for what we've done for you. Do not cross us. and the figure walks into the building. And he kind of looks back, and he has like kind of like bronze skin. He's got a broken tusk. He's got a scar across his face. He has like tied back in like 2 ponytails, like gray hair. And he looks and he makes eye contact with Benny immediately. And he just looks at you and he's
And
just
Benny's
staring
just
at you.
like biggest smile ever.
He smiles right back. He's just like,
Hello, friend.
good evening.
Vinny Moretti. This is my brother Benny. We have some business with you, I think.
Well, I hope it's pleasantries.
I also hope it's only pleasantries. Look, I have a client, and I'm here on his behalf to negotiate a stand down of hostilities.
Oh, you come on the coward's behalf?
I wouldn't call Dorian a coward.
I would. He spits on this.
Now, I'm led to understand you've been harassing the establishment and strong-arming his patrons. Now, that's not good for business, and we cannot have that moving forward. So my hope is that we can come to some peaceful terms so that this doesn't happen any longer.
Roll
The
persuasion.
muscles on my shirt as he says that.
You
get
can do
bigger.
an intimidation or a persuasion.
I'm gonna do intimidation.
I'm going to roll an intimidation. Can I
Can he have
get
my advantage?
You just give him advantage with
Okay.
your stature.
And I mean, it's all in the eyes because he's like a toothy smile, which usually it's just that smug, lipless, like toothless
It's
smile.
like a shit-eating.
He kind of like a big smile as he's looking him in the eyes, and like it exposes like 3 gold teeth.
Nice.
Oh my god, I botched.
Well, you get advantage.
Oh, I have advantage, yeah.
advantage.
Ooh, God, I crit.
Oh yeah.
What
The
a
best
roller
time.
coaster.
Do we need to do the thingy?
We are at 6 minutes. Yes, we should just do it now. Into this.
Before we get into this.
You kind of take a step forward after you say that.
I love that it was because of the help too. That makes
Yeah.
And it's like, without even like having a thought in his head, he hears Benny just like flex his, like squeeze his fists, and he sees like the fabric on your suit just like tighten.
Yeah.
And he looks back at you,
My posture
he
never.
takes a
I'm
step
nonchalant
back.
the whole time.
and you see him like slowly put his hand on his waist, and he just says, "What'd you have in mind?"
Well, we need all shakedowns to stop indefinitely.
Look, I'm not trying to have a tussle with you boys, but I'll get in trouble if we don't run that little rat out of town.
See, that's where there's going to be a problem, because I've already been paid up front.
So have I.
Well, we had an impasse.
We sure are.
Now,
Sean.
I hear a whisper behind me, and I go, before the next stage of negotiations commence, one
The next
Business-
stage of the negotiations.
one businessman to another, who perchance is bankrolling you, my friend?
The nat 20. He looks at you for about 15 seconds, and there's almost tears like welling up in his eyes, but not out of like grief or sadness. It doesn't seem like this man or this half orc is put on the spot very often.
Yeah.
And he looks kind of like frantically at Benny every couple seconds. Then he looks at you, and he looks at like your suits and your weapons. Are any of your weapons on display?
No, I have a
Okay.
long black suitcase in one
Yeah.
hand.
Okay.
Mine is out.
He looks at the suitcase and he looks at you, and he goes,
Let's take a walk.
All right.
And he kind of leads you off to the left, away from the tavern, and you guys go to like a little. There's like a hedge, like a stonework hedge that has like a little garden,
Mm-hmm.
and he like breaks line aside of the tavern. He's like, if I spill any of this, can you put in a good word with Dorian for me?
Look,
I gotta feed my kids somehow, man.
fair enough. How about this? You tell me who's trying to run Dorian out of town. I'll take care of them. And maybe I can get Dorian to give you 5 off the top for protection of the travel house.
Sounds fair.
Hey, hey. Can we huddle real quick?
Just a moment. He turns back.
I don't know why this just popped in my head, but why don't... Well, one moment, please.
By all means.
Why don't you... I mean, we need money, right?
Yes.
So you know how you are having some of my money be your money to help me?
Yes.
So instead of doing that, why don't you just have some of his bar's money be Dorian's?
Well,
Two for one special.
okay. Listen.
I'm just saying, if you did that to enough places, this is all just coming to me. I'm inventing this right now, I think. But if you had enough places, just pay you a little bit.
Look, I love.
I just invented a new system of business.
You have no idea how much I love your mind right now. But I don't know if you've noticed, but his establishment
Uh-huh.
is not really screaming profit.
No,
right?
no, but it's a scope thing. It's scale. Like if we do a lot of places.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now we'd need some more people like Benny, of course, to help us
Right.
2 of me.
provide them services.
Of course. Of course.
But yeah, it's more of a scope thing. It's more of a quantity than a quality type situation
Oh yeah.
here.
You've
You
taken
can-
the words right out of my mouth.
So yeah, not this place, but now this guy, say for a better rate even, we could have him help us every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, we're not.
Why has no one done this before?
No idea. Absolutely no idea. Now, I like your business model. We might need to take that on to a larger city than this. But definitely your idea. Definitely, absolutely your idea. You've opened my eyes for sure, 100%. In this case, we're not staying long, and my current employer, our current employer, Dorian, he's not gonna have me and Benny and you forever, right? So, yeah.
Right.
I tell him for his trouble, he's gonna get permanent protection, and everyone's happy. And we can move on. And if we ever come back into town,
Uh-huh.
we now have 2 avenues of contacts to help
Yeah.
us when we're in need.
All right. It just seemed like such a good idea, and I mean,
It's
it's
a
not
great
too
idea.
hard to get people
Oh yeah,
town to town.
we'll have to
and I mean-
revisit that very soon.
Okay.
I love what you're saying. I love that it's your idea, 100%.
This could be like a prototype almost. Like, see if it works for Dorian.
There you go.
No skin off our back, right? It works for Dorian. Then we can replicate that business model. Else, we just need a name for it.
Yeah.
Benny's ignoring this right now, and
Think on
he's
that.
daggers at this guy.
He tries to hold your gaze for like 5 seconds or so, and then he just kind of goes, and puts his hands in his pockets and kind of kicks some rocks, like looking the other way.
I turn back
You're bigger than he is.
and I the bar.
Mm,
Your bar?
yeah, if you could call it that. No, fuck no, dude.
Perfect.
Hey, if you guys cut me in on this, I might be able to convince some of those fucks to just leave. Because I know those guys in there, and you're gonna have a couple issues. And the person you want to talk to is actually in there.
All right. So, as I stated before, I give you my personal promise that you'll have a percentage for protection for Mr. Dorian.
I'm willing to earn his respect. Just a good word's good enough for me.
Perfect. You have your friends leave. I, my associate here, We're gonna have a conversation with your now former employer.
All right.
And he pulls out his pocket watch and flips it open. And he goes, "I'll give you 5 minutes, and then we're heading in."
What's his name?
This guy's name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. The famous DM question.
Thoric.
What's this bar called? Tavern.
The Shitty Skeever. When you look at your watch for like another time, he's like, all right. And he like starts walking towards the bar.
Mm-hmm.
You guys watch him walk into the door, pushes it open, and you just hear like muffled talking in his voice. You hear like it's a slight commotion at first, and then you hear some glass shatter. Almost.
I think we lost Thoric.
Vinny looks at Vinny.
Hold on. And he looks at his pocket watch again, and he waits for the 5-minute mark.
Completely quiet in there.
All right, let's go, Benny. And,
Smash.
let's see what we have. And we walk in
Say smash or pass.
to
Smash
the
or pass.
makeshift bar.
Okay. Walking up to it.
Benny will walk in last.
No, he certainly will not, because I am not walking.
Well, so
Behind
Benny will walk behind Vinny to like presents. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I hate to be a downer, but there's no fucking way Terry
Yeah.
would go in that bar.
Fair.
No.
Watch my bag.
Watch the door.
Hang on.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Watch
gonna
the
like
door?
watch the door and maybe try to like hide in the shadows.
Okay.
I'd like to be close enough
It's
that I
pretty
can...
poorly lit.
Okay,
it's a
I'd like
shitty-
to be close enough I can hear.
Sheepah Town.
Yeah, you can almost see. You can probably see into the slide.
It's just like
Yeah, you actually can if you want to look.
I want to peek in while they walk in. I want to peek
Alright.
in like a window or a shutter.
There, you know where there's like knots in the wood that fall out? There's a perfect one right by the door that you can watch.
See a little green eyeball of Terry as he looks in there.
Yeah. Vinny, you walk in, followed by Benny, and hunched over poor Thoric's body, either dead or unconscious, you don't know, is 5 mischievous, to say the least, looking characters. And then
Okay.
standing behind the crates at the door is that robed woman that you see is now a woman. She has long white hair, and all you see is her, like, the bottom part under her nose, very pointy, almost drowish
Okay.
chin, a very long, slender neck, and she has a pendant that has a red ruby as bright as fire burning.
All right. So I take one look at her, kind of get the measure. And I see the 5 over my new friend Thoric.
They all, the second you walk in, they just look up at you.
And all I do is lift one hand and snap.
Benny rages and goes straight for the first guy.
All right. Everybody roll initiative then. As shit gets real.
Do I recognize this person, the drow?
Okay.
Other than, I mean, I don't know why I recognize the robes, but do I recognize this specific acolyte?
Oh, yeah.
Without seeing anything other than the white hair, you are not familiar with this person.
Okay.
But you do know they got a lot of people.
Yeah, sure.
What's everybody's max HP, real quick?
24.
39.
37. Nope, 27.
What'd you say, 39?
39.
Damn, boy.
1d8. Did you roll your XP or is that or HP or is that?
Yeah, I rolled a 10 and 11.
Nice. I was gonna say that's high.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Plus my con, which is.
I'll catch up with you because you ain't gonna keep those rolls.
Probably not. Probably not.
I have pretty high con.
I do. I have fair con.
Pippin and Messi watched me roll all my rolls.
Yeah. I videoed mine.
I videoed the main rolls, yeah.
guys get for your initiatives?
18.
10.
I got a 14.
10 for me.
What'd you get, Sean?
18.
18.
I
have
love that,
a
like,
+1.
I wasn't a warlock because of the way he did the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't a warlock yesterday. Like, I am literally going to be, like, discovering my powers the
Yeah.
second I use them.
That's pretty cool.
Can I run to the restroom like real quick?
No.
Oh, dude.
What do you think this is?
Yeah, bro. Pre-recorded.
Take your turn and go after your
Yes.
turn.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm like struggling over here. I drank way too much water.
Man, how are you going to be a performer? If you can't hold your pee
I
for 6 hours, you
apologize.
can't perform. You can't be a live
I
streamer.
apologize.
Diaper it up, man.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Next time.
Get one of those pouches.
Get a catheter.
Get a
fucking-
cat.
Yeah.
Every Sunday.
The show must go on.
Uh-huh.
So standing before you as you rage and go into a fury, just charging at the group of 5 men. One takes a swing at you
Okay.
with a short sword, and he beats your AC.
Okay.
It's only 5.
Half.
5 slashing. Yeah, you're raging, so it's half.
So is that 2?
Yeah, it's rounded down.
Okay.
And then it's your turn.
I am going to use my Great Weapon Master, and then I'm also going to Reckless Attack.
Okay.
So I'm going to get advantage.
And
They're going to get advantages on me, but I'm going to take a -5 to a 10 plus on damage.
Mm-hmm. You might just split this guy in 2. Nope.
Okay.
There you go.
18 plus 7, so 25 to hit.
Minus
So
5.
miss. No, I'm just kidding.
-5.
I was like, shit, run. Everybody run.
Weapon.
Oh yeah, so 20 to hit.
Yeah, dude.
Not nat.
Yeah. They just have
yeah,
like
right,
basic
sorry.
leather armor on.
I've never done Great Weapon Master before.
It's a great. It's just one of the best.
So as I grip Muffin, which is what I call my hammer, I'm gonna do 2d6.
How did that come? And I need backstory on how the hammer's name became muffin.
It's the first weapon I ever used to make muffin dough, and like,
You don't use hammers to make muffin
well,
dough.
Benny does.
Like
Okay.
the-
Oh, I need
what is
this
it?
dough.
Was it mochi or whatever? That they hammer?
Right. Oh,
Is that
yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
what it is? Where they hammer it and they like,
Oh
slap it a bunch?
baby. So that's gonna be 9 plus 7, so 15 plus 10,
25.
25 damage.
The guy that swings at you with his short sword, he catches your suit and it hits you. But then you bring your what weapon do you have? I'm sorry.
It's
a
a maul,
hammer.
reskinned as like a meat cleaver.
A meat
A meat
tenderizer.
tenderizer. I have a picture if you want to see.
No, it's fine. You just bring it down like on his clavicle, and it just shatters as he looks up at you like broken. He's not dead, but he's immediately bloodied. More than bloodied, I would say.
Benny just smiles.
All the other guys kind of look at each other and then like get ready to fight for
With
their lives.
that, I also want to use my thunderous bows, which is a like bonus when I hit. I can push him up to 5 feet.
Oh, thunderous blow! Yeah,
So I'm gonna push him up to 5 feet if he fails on a 15 strength check.
sure. He succeeds.
Okay. Well,
Great.
good shot.
Jesus.
He's just planted in place, like as you hammer him into the ground.
Right. He's just up to his shins in the floorboards.
Did you want to sneak away for a bathroom break? Or?
No, keep going.
Go pee.
Yeah.
My God, Muffin.
sorry.
I'm calling you Muffin from
Yeah.
now on.
What was? Did he literally say grip muffin?
No, he grips Muffin.
Yeah, that caught me off.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Grip Muffin is Sean's new nickname.
Vinny.
Yeah, so snaps his fingers. Benny runs forward, smashes into these first dude of 5. Vinny drops with his right hand. He drops the suitcase. The minute it hits the ground, it pops open, and a long length of what looks like wood and iron jumps up, and he catches it. A piece of silver flies out of his sleeve, snaps it, locks it into the piece of wood, cocks back and fires. 14 to hit.
It just hits.
And a concussive boom echoes through the room and a bright flash of light as he fires this rifle.
You shooting the guy he hit, or
I'm
which guy?
shooting
A new fresh guy?
a fresh guy.
There's
shooting a
three up
fresh
front, and there's 2 in the back, and then you have
Everyone
your
is adjacent
robed figure
to
on the opposite side
Benny.
of the room.
One of the men adjacent to Benny.
Okay.
That's a D12 plus 3, so that's 6 plus 2d6 for sneak attack. 6.
You're gonna want to tell your brother to stop pushing people away from him,
Yeah.
so you can sneak attack.
15 damage.
Chonky.
Yeah, so out, boom, and
It rips through like the top of his shoulder and like ricochets and goes through the back shitty wall. They all like. There's a noticeable reaction when you pull a firearm out.
yeah,
They all like frantically look at each other, and the vibe of the room changes from like they're gonna gut you to, oh shit, we're cornered in the room. He has
Yeah.
a gun, and there's a fucking tank in front of him. Like, one of them frantically like looks at the robed figure for her to like do something.
right.
Which brings it over to one of them. He's gonna swing frantically on Benny here. And he botched.
He has advantage.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, yeah, reckless.
DM's pet over here.
Reckless.
He still missed. And then his friend next to him is going to have advantage on you as well.
Mm-hmm.
He tries to shank you with a dagger. Well, let's see. That guy manages to hit you. And you take 5 piercing.
Have, so 2.
Yep. Let's have.
55.
Brings it to our robed figure.
This is a good game.
Terry's single eye looking through that like wall is just locked on that figure. Doesn't even notice.
Seeing you as the biggest threat, Vinny, with your firearm, she throws her hood back, lifts her hand up with her hand on her amulet, and like a bolt of fiery energy just shoots out at you from across the room.
Woo.
I lost my spell list. Oh,
You better like
it's a 23.
bar brawl
That does
throw
hit.
someone outside because I don't know how you're getting me in that fucking bar. I'm terrified right now.
I have an idea.
What did she do?
She's
Shocking.
hitting him with an Eldritch Blast.
Mm.
Ooh. Takes 7 force damage.
All right.
The 2 guys in the back are going to pull out their hand crossbows and take shots at. They're going to shoot at Vinny. They both fucking miss. Brings it back to the first guy that's literally been. I think his spine is shorter at this point. He takes one look at Benny and he tries to run from you.
Opportunity
You get an
attack.
opportunity attack.
And is that still with advantage? Because I
Reckless? Yeah.
reckless.
Yeah.
Reckless be reckless then.
With a fraction of his remaining hit points, he
Double
tries.
12s.
He takes the risk.
So only +2. What do I still take into consideration my great weapon or no?
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, are you great weapon master attacking? You have to declare.
I had to
before you
declare it.
roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would have.
Okay.
So 14 to hit.
That hits.
So let's do damage.
Oh god.
Never run from the hammer.
So automatic 17 plus 7, so 24 damage. And as he goes to run, I say, no!
You,
I like how you tried to knock him away, but he resisted, and then because you
Yeah.
didn't, now he's
Now he's dying.
He drops the short sword. Clank. It hits the ground. He goes to turn, and you just see Benny go, no. And he takes his hammer and just hits him right in the back of the spine. And you hear like an audible, like, as he falls limp to the ground.
I want to push him
on a
5
table.
feet too.
Yeah, he goes flying into a table, basically, and just limp and broken.
And I'm gonna look at the next one and point my hammer.
He is dropped. He is definitely dropped with those massive blows.
massive.
That brings it to your turn.
Well, I already have my hammer pointed. Who just hit Vinny?
The robed figure.
So I would have pointed that way then.
If you
Nobody-
shoot on the opposite,
Nobody
side of the
touches
room.
my brother.
If you move away,
Opportunity
from these guys,
attacks.
You're gonna move away.
I'm going towards the robe.
All right.
nobody
You're
touches
gonna-
my brother.
You're gonna take 2 opportunity attacks with advantage.
Yep.
Okay. I'm rolling like shit. Okay, one guy manages to hit you.
What'd he
He
do?
takes a swipe at you with a dagger. Ooh, that's 5 piercing. God, barbarians.
2.
Your
So
damage resistance. You would actually be hurt. but
Oh,
you're
I
not.
would. I'm good though.
Okay.
So I'm just
Yeah.
charging. and
You can. It's small.
great
enough to make
weapon. I'm coming down.
it. Her eyes like get real wide, and she almost like takes a step back, like Gothmog or whatever his name was in Lord of the Rings, where he's like, "Ugh," and she presses herself against the wall just in time for you to pin her with a fucking
Double
hammer.
14s. So
She's wearing
16 to hit.
robes.
16.
It
I
definitely
got
hits.
double 12 last time. I got double 14s
Yeah.
this time.
Definitely hits.
16 to hit. Okay, so
You
damage
doing
it.
reckless, great master.
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Oh, so that's 27 damage.
God damn. Did TJ help you make this character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just great weapon master. There's nothing
Yeah,
special.
He's the one that suggested the Great
He's
Weapon
gonna take
Master.
it. He's gonna take a shield and a one-hander.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, yeah, 27 damage. I'm going straight for the hips.
Yeah.
Come in with a like a fucking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
barreling across this makeshift.
The windows are like
tavern.
blowing out.
Yeah.
Like
It's more of
shockwaves.
like a front than anything. This is the most despicable tavern you've ever seen. This is where criminals hang out,
Yeah.
basically.
Um,
You barrel through the crates,
I would like
knocking
to
them
push,
aside,
too.
and you slam your
Stop
hammer.
pushing.
I'm a rogue.
You bring
You
your
need
hammer.
sneak attack and you need attacks of opportunity.
Well, Benny's just doing Benny.
Benny. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like Benny would. Yeah.
Sounds like Benny's an idiot.
You
Well-
you bring your hammer like dragging on the floor, like just slamming right into her midsection. You hear like all the air and like bones crack as she's thrown against the wall. Yeah, she's bloodied.
Cool.
Yeah, are you gonna push her 5 feet?
Yes.
Okay, she has to do a strength, not her strong suit. Yeah, she slams against the wall.
How much movement do I have left? How far did I move from the center to her?
Probably 20 feet.
I have 10 more movement. I'm going to get up and close personal again.
You get up.
Oh,
at the
so you're
face.
just flexing on her?
I'm flexing on her.
Got it.
Alright.
Yeah, she. If she wasn't so hurt, she would probably like be looking at you, freaking out.
I'm smiling
She's
at
more
her.
concerned with her wounds than
Yeah.
anything. Okay, Vinny.
Yeah. The shot goes off. She hits me. And he's like, "You bitch!" And fucking he cocks back. The shell comes out. He snatches it, throws it in his pocket, slides in another shot, lifts up, and shoots at her.
Do you have
I have gunner.
Okay.
I ignore the reload.
They both went very at humans.
Yeah, we did.
Get that level 1 feat.
I crit.
Oh.
Yes, you did.
Hey, that's cool.
The Moretti brothers at it again.
Yeah, boy. All right, so. Okay. So 12. So was that 6, 12? 13, 14, 15. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 25 damage.
Don't you roll 4d6?
Oh, yeah. No, so it'd be 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 damage. The double.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So we just did 4.
And again, just
As you like whirl around, like silver bullet flying back over your back, the smoke coming out, you've expertly just like load one in. You bitch! Like as she looks up and past Benny, she sees you about to shoot her, and she just screams, "The flame take you on!" And just headshot splatters against the wall. She goes just limp and falls into a heap of dead drow.
That's
Who's
my
next?
That's my brother.
God damn. That was the best timed crit.
Okay,
reset.
Oh yeah.
the two remaining guys in front of you literally just try to run past Vinny. If you want to do, can you do attacks of opportunity with your gun?
I will not.
Not, yeah, okay, yeah, I figured. You're welcome to try and hit them or something with your hands if you want, but
No, I let him.
okay. They run out. That you see, like two frantic like dudes just like barrel out the door, fall over each other. They look at you and they go, "Ah!" And then they just like run off.
I chase him out of the door. By the way.
Benny?
All right, on your turn, yeah. They exit the fight. The two guys with hand crossbows kind of look at each other,
Oh, there's 2 more.
and they take 2 shots at you.
I didn't realize there was 2 more.
Smashing?
Ooh.
Good. Counting? Bad.
Bad.
One definitely hits
Okay.
for 6 piercing as a hand bolt crossbow just like connects with your chest.
That-
Luckily, it hits the meat, but not like any vital organs.
Was that to Vinny or Benny?
It was to Vinny.
Benny, you giant moron! Get back in here now!
Okay, brother boss.
And you're just like, did you want to do anything? I didn't even
I am bloodied.
as those guys run away.
So I feel like Terry's ears are ringing right now.
Yeah, this is probably like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard gunshots before.
I don't think I've ever. I think I've maybe only heard stories
Yeah,
that I thought were maybe fairy tales.
in the world of Krethos, firearms would be relics of the past wars from an age before.
Okay.
So it's like what he's holding is an artifact.
Okay. So like my ears are ringing. I just watched that and like I'm like completely just completely out of it. And then I'm going to stumble in to this little area. And what would Terry do?
Because I think I accidentally skipped you once. I'm sorry.
Well, you did, but I think I don't know if I'm entering the fray. I
Yeah.
think I'm just watching. Not because I'm trying to be a difficult player, but just character wise.
like
Like
it.
Terry's like
I love it.
and I think I'm gonna stumble over to the drow's dead body and like cradle her almost. Like I think Terry's really confused right now. And so I think Terry is going to like cradle this body and I don't know, like just kind of lightly tap her, see if I know she has a bullet in her forehead, you know what I mean? But Terry's just like out of it.
You guys see this, and as you cradle the corpse,
Cradle the corpse.
cradle the corpse. That familiar heat starts to rise, and you see her skin starts to splinter and crack. Her hair immediately burns away, and she burns away in front of you.
Is the amulet still there?
The amulet is still there. The amulet was the source of the flame. It burns away from her amulet outwards.
Have I ever seen anything like that before?
You've never seen that.
I looking. I mean, I'm assuming this place is kind of like torn up at this point with all the fighting.
Yeah.
I'm going to like try and grab like a piece of cloth, like a napkin or something, and
Yeah,
like, wrap.
freaking Indiana Jones. And
Wrap the amulet up in
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like very
Object
gingerly,
interaction,
very
you grab
tenderly,
it.
like protecting this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just like rip some of her robes and just wrap it up. You now have an amulet.
And I'm just like, still, my ears are ringing, my eyes are huge, and then I just like look up at Vinny, who's like standing there, like,
When you grab, I'm sorry.
No.
Continue. I'm so sorry. I just got excited.
no, I was just like, I imagine Vinny's like standing there. It's like kind of slow motion for me, where I look up and there's like
Yeah.
wind going through his hair.
Yeah,
He's got
there's
this
like
gun
there's
smoke
gun
flying.
smoking.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm just like, yeah.
Um,
That's my turn. I'm just gonna pick up the amulet. Sorry to not.
when
be helpful.
when you obtain the amulet, you hear like a thud in the box.
Well, wait, like something moving or like something collapsing.
Something just like hitting.
Okay. You would hear Terry say, "It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Everything's all right. It's okay."
Benny.
Benny looks at Terry
Benny.
and says, "Use the shovel and smash." And then I'm going to run to the next two that just fucked up my brother again. And I'm going to reckless attack with my great weapon master.
Vinny is muttering like furiously, not about Benny or the fight. He's pissed that his suit
Yep, I knew it.
is fucking singed, and now he has a small bolt sticking out of his ribs, and the blood is staining his vest.
It is.
So BlackRock has some good tailors.
Yeah, and I want to position myself where if they're going to shoot again, they got to shoot me.
And it's okay if we want to automatically assume you're going to do all that every time.
Yeah.
If you want to specify when you don't do it, it'll probably be easier.
I'm probably going to do it every time.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I
It's
will-
all he does to
I'm just
say it.
I'm just establishing it makes sense for you to go for the most damage every time.
Yeah, every
When you
time.
don't want advantage on yourself, make sure you specify to me that
All
you're
right.
not doing.
I will do that.
Makes
Okay,
sense,
that
yeah.
that works.
Sorry.
So from here on out, I'll just assume you're doing that.
Okay, well, I got a nat 1, but I did get a 12. So let's do 14 to hit.
But it was a nat 1 though, right?
Well, I have advantage.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Duh.
Reckless
What am I
Vinny.
doing?
Right.
Yeah.
told me
That
not to
hits.
talk.
14 is their AC.
14 hits.
Yep.
So let's do the damages.
Your dice remind me of SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, dude, me too.
So 23 damage.
Yeah.
Gotta love bars, dude.
Especially early. It's
Oh,
so
man.
stupid for the
What
first
is-
few levels.
Gross. Dude.
Like normally a barbarian is doing like really guttural primal screams. What does Benny sound like?
When he rages,
Yeah.
he goes, smashing.
So like barreling and like just your gargantuan stature as a human, you do like 3 strides across the room and just connect with this guy reloading a crossbow. Just goes, oh fuck, and you slam his arms as he's reloading into his chest, and like his hands like go into his chest as the crossbow. The part where it bends back,
Yeah.
it gives all the leverage, impales him,
Oh.
and he just flies. Are you pushing him back?
Oh, yeah.
He flies back into another table and like hits the ground.
And I'm going to look at the other guy and be like, you're next.
The dude visibly shits his pants. Like just
Visibly shit.
yeah. Vinny.
Vinny literally just he looks down and he pulls out the bolt, drops it on the ground, and then drops his rifle back into the box, which shuts. And then he just kind of drops to one knee and is like muttering to himself while he like clips the box back up and is letting Benny finish the business. Motherfucking every time they gotta shoot me, this blood's never gonna come out.
What you doing, Terry?
I think I'm still in shock.
Put it in reverse, Terry. No.
Yeah, I think I rock back and I sit up against the wall in the ash
No.
of this person. Like, and it just kind of like sits around, and I like look at a bit of it, and just kind of like you see me just like drawing, almost just like scribbling with the ash.
You have almost sitting in the ashes of someone that you're familiar with their origin, you almost have like a flash of like PTSD, and you hear the words, "I don't give a fuck what you want, Terry. We're doing this. We're doing it for them. So the next time you want to speak out against what I want, I'll put you in your fucking place." And only he hears
I
that,
think
like,
Terry is saying that really softly. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm saying it like under my breath, just really softly. You hear me saying those words.
Benny's in his own world right now.
yeah, okay.
Kill mode.
Yeah, between the huzz, you hear me whispering something.
The last guy he drops his hand crossbow and he just, please, please, please. And he's like shaking.
As Vinny snaps, Vinny goes, "Okay," and he's gonna grab him and just pick him up and drop him in front of Vinny.
You like force him down to Vinny's level.
And then I'm gonna let go while Vinny does his thing. I'm gonna go grab my backpack.
Initiative ends, and like you grab your backpack and what? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna run outside and grab my backpack real quick.
Sorry, I forgot to watch
you
your
stop
back.
restraining him.
I put him down in front of Vinny, and I'm like, "Don't move." And then I'm gonna go get my backpack real quick.
Roll an intimidation
Okay. With advantage?
with advantage because you just killed this guy
With
like with the most advantage.
Okay, so plus
I'm trying to see if his fight or
14.
flight, if you override that. Okay.
Oh, can I use my muscles?
I mean, I
Okay.
feel like you are
So
already.
we're gonna say that's a 17 then.
Hmm?
If you let me like use my strength as my intimidation score instead.
Oh.
Can I
Strength
can I
instead of
substitute
charisma?
instead of
He
charisma?
wants to substitute strength.
Would you allow that or no?
Just based off of the display you just did, the forceful push to the floor you did to this guy, I'll allow it. Yeah.
17 then.
Okay. He just is like white as a sheet, just like staring at Vinny and shaking, like uncontrollably shaking.
Cool. I go grab my backpack.
Vinny attempts the smug smile, "I'm your friend" look, but it is right behind his eyes, like almost uncontainable, like rage, like he wants to just murder this man.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to find a custom-made suit in this backwater dog shit little town that we're in? Sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you live.
He's like holding on to every word you're saying.
And I want you to inform any of your shit-licking little friends that Dorian's is off limits. And if I find out anyone is fucking around with him, I'm coming to find you. I'm gonna shove this rifle so far up your ass, you'll be a new ornament. Got it?
Yeah.
Now get the fuck out of my face.
He like runs and falls over a crate and just like barrels out, and just you hear his footsteps fade.
And then I'm gonna run in and take one of my first aid kits and try to patch up Thoric. It's a stabilization kit.
Wait, is Thork dead?
You guys like gather yourselves. I assume you're probably still freaking out. I'm simplifying it.
Can they, like, after that happens, can they look and me be gone?
Oh.
Like, I'm gone.
Oh shit.
I mean,
With how they acted and how intense they were doing
Yeah, I mean,
things,
we're in the
I'm gonna
middle
say
of
yeah.
this.
Benny's doing it. Benny's
Like you don't even need to stealth.
he's
They're
fucking with
preoccupied. They're in
I'm
their
gonna look around
They're
and
in
go-
their element.
Okay. I'm
Then-
just right outside, and I'll take the scene after they're done.
Okay.
Just right
Sure.
outside.
Yeah.
So I rush in. I put a potion in Vinny's hand. I have a potion of healing.
No,
so-
you fucking don't.
Yeah, dude. I bought for starting item. I spent 50 gold.
50 gold for a potion?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got 2. I spent
Healing
100 gold.
potions are 50 gold.
So I give you
Are
one.
they? I thought they were more.
It's 2d.
They ramp up after that like
Do
quite
they?
a bit.
I know
You
they
wanna
get
heal.
fucking
Yeah.
stupid.
But just
expensive.
regular 2d4 plus 2s are 50
plus
gold.
what?
plus 2. It's 2d4 plus 2, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna minus one of those from my thing, And then I'm gonna use a healer kit on Thork.
What do you have for medicine? What's your
Not great,
Alright.
but I feel like I would have enough common sense that we've got messed up enough. I could do
You
it.
can see just immediately that somebody hit him in the head with a bottle, knocked him out like a blind,
Oh,
like
okay.
somebody cheap shot at him. He's not dead, but he is unconscious.
Smack him a little bit to wake him up.
Do 1 damage, and he's dead.
It takes a couple minutes.
Reckless
so
attacks.
He's already got like a substantial like goose egg on his head, but he does come to and he's like, oh, what the fuck, dude? Derek, I thought we were friends, man. Come on, fucking Derek.
Fucking Derek.
Yeah, we're standing over.
Derek is in
plug
4
back the
Yeah, Derek,
potion, and I'm
Derek
like
has his hands impaled in his chest.
waiting for Thoric to come back to, and I look around. Benny,
Yeah, brother boss.
where the fuck is Terry?
I don't know. I was killing.
And then we'll
Cut
leave
to
it.
Terry. Where is Terry?
So I think that they would walk out and see Terry standing over the person that they just let go.
Oh,
And the shovel that he gave me is embedded like a couple inches in this guy's shins, and he's on the ground like screaming.
Ooh.
And
Yeah.
Terry's standing over him,
Terry done snapped.
and demand like, "How do you know her?
No, who?
How do you know her?
She just paid us, man. I don't know.
What did she pay you?
Yeah, here.
What for
here.
what?"
He like holds the gold out to you. Take it.
I take it and just throw it as much as I can, scatter it throughout the street. I just chuck it into the road and it clatters everywhere.
He freaks out like, whoa, what?
Do you have anything to tell me?
Her name's Elwyn.
Eloise?
Well, it was.
And I pull the shovel out of his legs and like blood splurts up into the air. And then you see this like necrotic purple energy that seems to be kind of like hovering around this box on my back go up into my arm. And you see this shovel like briefly glow purple and just completely like dead-eyed. He kind of like looks up at Terry or at Vinny and Benny as they like walk out, and I just embed this thing in this guy's skull. And because of I'm making this my bonded weapon in this moment.
Okay.
So it's my packed blade.
Oh.
So it deals necrotic damage. So well, you can pick what kind of damage it deals. So I'm saying it's going to deal necrotic, and I embed this into his head while I look up at you, and then like kind of like take a moment, like, and then look down, and you see like this just like dark necrotic like tendril of energy. Like, if I'm allowed to kill him, I don't know if that's okay. I'm assuming he's pretty low health.
Oh yeah. No, you coup de grace the guy. He was already like slipping in the mud, and you caught him off guard.
I got a
Yeah.
name, Elowen.
He kind of looks at the body on the ground and looks at Terry, and then kind of looks at Benny and goes, "Benny, get the gold."
Yeah, he used the shovel. Did you see that? And then I just start picking up the gold.
And I look at Terry, and I'm like, "Well, that's one way to do it."
Stumbling like out of the like makeshift shack, like after you holding his head with like a wet rag, is Thoric, and he just goes, "Oh shit!" as a voice bellows in the night opposite you guys, past Terry. Right. Nobody fucking move.
Fuck.
As you see 3 black mantled hammers standing there with their hammers ready. They say, you can either come quietly or we can continue your little escapades here.
Officer, we were just defending ourselves.
One of them holds a hand up to you in robes.
Oh, look,
Wait, robes?
look,
These are just like sitting.
Robes?
look, all hands. We don't need trouble. Benny, drop the hammer.
Drop it.
Drop it, Benny.
Benny like puts it down gently. He won't drop it, but he'll.
They look at you, Terry.
Cooperating.
Terry's still got like kind of wild eyes, and this shovel's still like glowing purple. And I like pull it out of this guy's head and look up at them. Oh, and I drop it. I feel like I drop it, and then I hear you hear a bang on wood in my back, and it's back in my hand. As it like, you know what I mean? The pact magic you can
Yeah,
do something
yeah.
back in your hand. And I'm like, no, I didn't, and I drop it again. Like,
Like one of them's got a crossbow aimed at you, and when it like reappears, he gets like back in.
I don't know. It pops back up in my hand, but then just drops straight to the ground. I'm like, I don't
We're
know.
not resisting.
I don't know what's happening.
Resisting. I know my rights. We're not resisting. We're cooperating.
Oh, we can talk about that.
Benny's still picking up the gold.
They kind of surround you as more guards like arrive, and they like kick your weapons out away from you, and they actually they grab all your arms unless you guys resist. They grab your arms in mandibles and they shackle you
I look at Benny.
from the back.
I'm gonna pocket the
Say,
gold.
You know,
Benny, do what they say.
you're under arrest.
Hey, I expect
It's
all my
basically-
belongings back when this is all over. I know how this goes. I'll have you next if you try to steal any of my shit.
Listen, I'm more concerned with the murder than your
Look,
belongings.
this is not murder. This is self-defense. These gentlemen tried stuff with us. We are legitimate businessmen.
Well, you can talk to my boss about that. That's above my pay grade. Right now, you're coming with me. Your things will be safe. They won't leave your sight, but they will not be on your person. As long as you're able to restrain yourselves, we can do this peacefully. But I don't mind.
Fighting here.
If I've been having a bad night, I wouldn't mind knocking. Well, I might mind. He looks at Benny.
Hello.
Aye. You're under arrest.
Is there cuffs big enough for my wrist?
There aren't. They have to do like 3
daisy
sets of
chain
cuffs.
thing?
Yeah, they have to cuff cuffs. Like they use all the cuffs they have to get you.
Okay.
And even still, you could just like do that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
feel like you could.
Benny, be cool.
You guys are basically being arrested at this point, unless anyone wants to do anything, any slick trickery or anything.
Benny
They're
follows
gonna
Benny's
lead
lead.
you guys towards the center of town.
my only question would be like the thing I have in my hand is the ruby amulet in the piece of cloth.
Mm-hmm.
Right. In my other hand, is there any sort? Do they have any sort of reaction to that piece of paraphernalia?
They aren't like searching. It's just in your hand though. So they take it from you, but they don't look at it.
Okay.
It's
Very respectful guards.
yeah.
Hey, Terry, do not consent to any search or seizure. They have no rights to do that.
You don't have to answer any questions. You'd like a lawyer present. Doesn't mean I'm guilty. It's your legal right.
All right. I hope they don't mugshot me. I can't have my picture around.
Yeah, they lead you towards like a stone tower. It looks like a garrison almost. Towards
I guess we're going to talk to the sergeant at arms, everyone. Just went the long way around.
Seems like it. Well, it kind of devolved into like a full-on fight there. So they arrest Thoric as well. They give him. You see the mage that held its hand up against you kind of casts like a. Not exactly a frost ray, but just like a small little cantrip on his head to like leave some lingering cold on it. So they are like tending to his wounds, but they are leading you towards the barracks, the nearest barracks. How late are we playing? Just for like session
we
planning.
are at
I'm down to
2.5 hours.
That's it
Yeah, we're
as far as the time that we committed to. So it's all gravy from here. It's up to you.
I mean,
I'm
it's
down
up to you guys.
It's
however
up to you
long
guys.
want.
I'm down to keep playing.
I got all day open, but I know you guys are busy guys.
Let me see how our views are going because we don't want to. We're still at 13. I would say let's probably call it.
We're at
yeah,
16
it's
right
a good stopping spot.
About two and a half hours or so is probably good. Probably good for our audience.
You guys are being arrested.
What a good place to end too.
Yeah, it's a solid
Yeah,
spot. All right, guys. We hope you enjoyed our first episode of TPK. Make sure you come back every other Sunday to watch us
Mm-hmm.
play this wonderful new. I'm super excited. This was really fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
I
And
need
you can go
something to roll a D100 for,
You
though.
can go from here and catch the new episode of the Homebrew.
Right? Yeah, 20 minutes from now is when it drops. That's going to be really exciting. So, what? Check out the Discord. If you are not in the Discord, you should be, and you can get notifications for our streams. It's just I'll put the link for the Discord in the description, and if you're on Twitch, then it's in the about. So thanks, and we don't have our command center person, so you
Okay,
have to
bye-bye.
go click stop streaming awkwardly in the middle of it.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.